He was buying, let's see, Jameson.
He's buying, there you go.
Just before Thanksgiving, before St. Patrick's Day.
Well, St. Patrick's Day technically is before Thanksgiving.
It is.
Or after.
Or,
depending on your point of view, yeah.
Exactly. Time is cyclical.
Everybody, welcome out to the Lug Room Guys Craft Beer Show. It is Tuesday, November the 21st, 2023, Thanksgiving week 2023. Jersey Johnny coming at you with me, as always, is none other than Mr. Ho-Ho Samurai. Say hello.
Ho-ho. I liked ho-hos.
Ho-hos are good.
They became ding-dongs, right? They renamed them?
No.
King Dons were big wheels were King Dons.
Right.
Ho-hos became yodels.
Ho-hos and yodels are very similar, but they still make ho-hos.
One's Drake's and one's Hostess, right?
Right.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because that's if you're thinking that, here's the easiest way to do it is if you're ever thinking that
I try not to think.
Well, this is true. But if you get caught up in that vicious circle of thinking, right, and you try to say, okay, well, there's this one cake, but there's this other cake. Did they replace it with that? No, it's usually one's Hostess and one's Drake's.
But I know that King Don's used to be called Big Wheels.
King Don's used to be called Big Wheels. Oh, yes, you did. Yeah, they did. They did change.
True. That one's true. And
now King Dongs, that's a completely different
that's
thing.
an entirely different thing, and you need to go down.
Right.
There's a shop.
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah, but the best of all those are Funny Bones. Let's just face it.
Funny Bones are. Yeah, they're at the top. They're at my top three. We got to do a
top three snack cake.
Top three snack cake list one day.
One of these days.
The next one with the next list that we don't have a list for. You know what? Screw it. You know what? This is the holiday show. Let's do it tonight with Tom.
Okay, we can do that tonight.
We can just add it in there. Just add it on in there.
Mine are in there. We already know my number one.
You know where they are, right? Exactly. So, all right. Hey. Happy National Gingerbread Cookie Day.
Yeah, I don't have any.
I don't either. I do, however, and we've done this day before.
We have.
I bought a big bag of peppermint bark, Ghirardelli peppermint bark.
Bag of peppermint bark. I'm trying to figure out what tree that comes off
of. That would be the peppermint tree. I mean, duh. I mean, what are you thinking? You know, but I'm gonna have one right now. You're
gonna have one right now?
Yeah, we're gonna hold off on the other national.
It's actually December 1st is National Peppermint Bark Day.
Well, that's fine. I have another two.
Well, we don't have a show on December 1st.
We don't. That's why I'm gonna have this right now.
It's a Friday.
Exactly.
So that won't be happening.
I love peppermint bark. We'll save the other day. We'll save the other day what it is for Tom to do with him because it's something there's a discussion we want to have on it.
Let's see. Would that be World Hello Day? No.
No.
Oh, the other one. Right.
The other one. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, peppermint bark's so good. Love it. Very good.
You done?
I'm done.
Because I've got a beer I want to drink, and now you're not going to be able to taste your beer because your mouth is full of peppermint.
I have water to clear it first.
Okay. I'm glad I didn't find gingerbread cookies because I need to clear out as well.
Well, let's bring our guest on and explain why it's just one tonight and not two.
Okay. Because did one kill the other again?
It's
we've had that happen before. Sometimes guests like having their own spotlight, so they'll do away with the other guests.
No, let's let the one that is here tonight is let's bring him to the show. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Beer Whisperer and Whiskey Whisperer, Tom Mulvihill. How are you, sir?
If I was doing any better, I just couldn't stand myself. And John couldn't be on tonight's show because I sent him a box of laxative laced brownies.
It's better than the well, no, maybe you could have laced it with something else to be happier, but
anyway, I digress.
Don't laugh. That's been like kind of my ailment all day.
So we don't need to share. Yeah, well, as the kids say these days.
That's just the shits, Dave.
TMI.
They've probably moved past TMI right now. They probably just call it T and everything.
Maybe they switch it up to call it Timmy, right?
Or that'd be longer. That would be very That'd be very sus.
TMI, Timmy. Yeah, TMI is 3 syllables. Timmy's 2, so it's shorter.
Yeah,
That would be very sus. Is that what you just?
Very sus. And it would make me Ms.
There you go. All right. Well, anyway, Tom, the beer whisperer, Tom Mulvihill, welcome to the show.
Cheers.
John, cheers. I got to pour mine first, I have to pour it on the show. This one,
I do have to pour it in the show. This is tradition.
All right. Which we got. John Starodumsky was supposed to be with us tonight. Unfortunately, he was unavoidably detained at work. He has to work late. Maybe we'll have a special appearance later. Maybe we won't. We can cross our fingers, but we'll leave it at that. Mm-hmm. But in any event, the three of us are going to have one hell of a time. So let's kick this off here. Tom, what are you drinking?
Well, why don't you start with a cocktail? Because you mentioned in the intro when you wrote it up that we were talking about beer, cocktails, food, etc. for the holidays. And I've been playing around with holiday cocktails.
Sure.
So what I did here was an old-fashioned using a Kansas City whiskey, lifted spirits, a Madeira cask finished rye.
Very nice.
And I made a homemade simple syrup. It's a hibiscus ginger simple syrup.
Very nice.
And then cranberry bitters to really top the holiday feel off. Yeah. And I've got, I don't know if you can see there, but I've got some candied ginger and a cinnamon stick as the garnish in there.
That's really nice. That's a nice cocktail.
I even broke out my holiday glassware for you.
Gotta love it.
It's like the holiday threw up into your glass.
Gotta love it. There you go.
I'll throw up into it later.
Exactly. Got to throw this up there really quick. Doug Smith, happy Thanksgiving to you and the families.
Hey, you too, Doug.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Doug. Thank you.
Though you do realize come Sunday, John and I and you are.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
They both suck.
They both suck, but we don't want our team to win now.
Yeah, but now they are.
He may still want his team to win. If that's the case, we should be rooting with him.
We want Caleb.
Anyway. And of course, we'll get into that another time. But in any event, what are you drinking there, Ho-Ho?
I am drinking. It doesn't work with the backup. Jesus, that doesn't work. I've got to really rethink this. The background's not working. Hold on, I'm gonna remove.
Got that invisible man thing going on.
Yeah, let's hold on. Let's see if we get the virtual background. Virtual. There we go. We'll be drinking the Winter Welcome.
Oh, you got
Winter Welcome Ale from Samuel Smith.
This is such a classic, and the thing about it is like anything else from Tadcaster. The Tadcaster brewery is that the water really dominates the flavor. Except for when you get into some of the darker ones, but then this is probably of all winter warmers might be the lightest winter warmer out there.
Yeah.
In body and mouthfeel, it's still 6%.
It's very tasty. It's one of my favorite Sam Smiths. Well, my favorite Sam Smith. If you guess, my favorite Sam Smith is.
I'd have to say Taddy Porter.
Taddy Porter, you got it.
Oh, I love the Taddy Porter. That's great.
Yeah, that's a good one. And frankly, the Sam Smith Oatmeal Stout is the standard.
Sure.
That you measure all other oatmeal stouts against. Is it the best one?
Agree, yeah.
Nope, it's not the best one, but it's the standard. It's the benchmark.
It is. So,
and frankly, my favorite chocolate beer is their organic chocolate.
Organic chocolate is very, very tasty. I
don't agree with that either. No.
That's a good one. That Hershey's one came along though, and now you got all the Brits out there going, Hershey's isn't even chocolate.
This is very true. All right, gentlemen.
Here it comes.
It is time. The first Sierra Nevada celebration of the season.
See, I didn't bring one this time. I bring it out every time. I didn't bring one this time.
There it goes. Correct.
It is correct.
And pouring it into proper glassware.
There
you go.
Right.
And they think that Santa Claus showing up at the end of the Thanksgiving Day parade is the official start to the holiday season. No, we just saw it right here on the show. Jersey Johnny cracking open his first celebration ale of the year. Not even close to the last one.
Yeah, not even close to the last one.
He's got only 2 cases this year, John. You hit 3.
I bought 2. The reason I bought 2 because there is going to be a few things, a few of these, the consumption of these replaced with the case that I bought of another beer, which we'll talk about in a minute.
Okay.
It'll be my second one, and it's your second one, so we'll talk about it when we.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's. Oh yeah, back to Sammy. Different Sammy.
So yeah, cheers. Happy holidays.
Happy Turkey Day. Gobble gobble.
So what are y'all doing for Thanksgiving?
Eating and drinking.
Oh my God. Hold on. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment.
Okay.
So it's moment of silence.
John, do you need a Kleenex?
I'm good.
Okay, I think maybe Kleenex.
I was already prepared.
It's wearing the thicker. Twice as absorbent.
There you go. All right. Another comment from Doug. There he goes. Yeah, buddy. Sierra Nevada celebration is a must. Yes, it is, Doug. Easy 2 cases every year for me.
Easy.
So amazing. I love this beer. It's crazy. But anyway, I digress.
I digress, man.
All right, so this is our annual holiday show, where you can tell by the garb we're wearing. I just got this. Do you like this? The beers with the reindeer ears. And
I like it.
Santa hats too. On
Santa hats is the Rudolph noses in the foam too. I know
Rudolph noses there as well. Yeah, and then of course I'm wearing my favorite Thanksgiving T-shirt.
As God is my witness.
There you go.
I thought turkeys could fly.
First annual WKRP Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Drop. There you go.
Probably one of my favorite lines ever said on a holiday special sitcom. As God is my witness.
As God is my witness. I thought turkeys could fly.
And Gordon Jump delivered that line with the exact amount of horror and exasperation as anyone could possibly do it. I can't imagine any other person delivering that line at that time.
I think I was 12 when that came out, and I just laughed my ass off.
Oh God! Oh, the humanity!
Oh, that was Les Nessman. I tell you, he. What was the actor's name that played Les Nessman?
Oh wow, I could probably name almost every other actor except Les Nessman.
I cannot remember. No.
I gotta
Les Nessman.
Yeah, he's the only one that I can't come up with, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Okay. Richard Sanders. Yep, Richard Sanders. Yep. Now here's one. Here's a quick one for you. WKRP in Cincinnati. Now, first of all, any younger viewers we have out there. We just lost them. So
yeah, they're like, "What are you talking about?"
What?
The under 50s.
Yeah. So WKRP in Cincinnati. Now this is a similar question to the I Dream of Jeannie / Bewitched question, which is Samantha or Jeannie. The
Gilligan's Island.
The Gilligan's Island one, Marianne or Ginger, right? Just for the
Bailey Quarters every day, all day.
Bailey Quarters or Jennifer Marlowe.
Definitely Bailey.
Bailey any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
I wouldn't have, as we used to say in the 80s, I wouldn't have kicked either out of bed for eating crackers.
Well, no, you wouldn't kick any of them globally out of, right?
Says one of our favorite crackers.
But definitely. For me, Samantha, Marianne, Bailey, 100%.
Bingo.
Yes, and yes.
There you go. Anyway, okay. On that,
a little bit of a disadvantage because my wife's in the room here.
So.
Well,
all right. So, all right. I know we ask this question every year. Tom, you were on last year for the holiday show, so let's just bring it up and chat about it. What was the first Christmas beer you remember having? The actual Christmas ale, whether it was specifically a Christmas ale or a winter ale, something that came out around Christmas that you had for the holidays.
Well, that's a tough question. I'm guessing it was probably the Sam Smith that you held up earlier. Because that would have been the one that was accessible to me at that time, because there wasn't a lot of craft options in the late 80s.
You know what's funny you say that? Once you said that, I'm thinking about it, and it come back to me with our conversation last year. 100% the same as Sam Smith's Winter Welcome was my first two.
Mine, I think, was probably Harpoons.
Winter Warmer, yeah. That would have been a close. That would have been a close second for me. I'm pretty sure I had Sam Smith's before I had Harpoon.
I'm pretty certain I had Harpoon first.
It's winner. It's 1 and 2 either way.
Yeah, for me it's 1 and 2, but I'm pretty certain it's Harpoon then Sam Smith.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Cool. All right. You know what? You think back to the to holiday beers. Yeah. You know, I mean, look, anything around the holidays, right? You're gonna think about foods and TV shows and movies. We're going to talk about all of that.
Everything you think back to your past and the nostalgia that all of it brings up.
Yep.
You know, especially with food, because that'll always remind you of those who are no longer with us.
Yep.
Right. That the traditions that you had as a family, that those dishes that had to be on the table. And we do carry them over.
Oh yeah, no, they all like I'll tell you right now. You know what? I mean, we'll get into like Thanksgiving, obviously, right? That's why we're here today and doing this show. It's not just a random Tuesday in November, right? My mother, every year we had lasagna first, then turkey. 2 meals, lasagna. Appetizers starting around even like 11:30. Like the parade wasn't even over, and we're eating appetizers, right? And then turkey, somewhere between 1:30, 2 o'clock turkey, and then we had lasagna rather, and then we had the turkey later on, like 4:30, 5 o'clock, like halftime of the first game, for a reference, right?
You're eating it with John Madden,
pretty much,
yeah.
And then halftime of the second game was the turkey, right? So
you could also be eating with John Madden depending upon who went first, CBS or
right.
Actually, there was only way back then. There was only one game, right? It was only Detroit to begin with. Then was it always
Dallas started in the early. Dallas started in like 71, 72. Dallas started doing it might have even been 69. It was really late in the 60s, early in the 70s.
Who was first? There was a time there was only one.
Oh no, it was Detroit.
It was Detroit. That's what I thought.
Yeah, but Detroit. Yeah, that was like if you remember just one game, you remember when you were like 2. That's when you remember that was one game, But Detroit started in, I believe it was 33 or 34 was the first Detroit Thanksgiving Day game. And I will ask you this: who did Detroit won their very first Thanksgiving Day game? Who did they beat? Just take a guess.
Philadelphia.
They did not.
No. I would have to say the Packers. I was going to guess.
Who did they beat? I'm pointing, Dave. Who did they beat?
I'm not paying attention. Oh, they beat the New York Giants.
They beat the New York Football Giants in the first game.
I'm doing the job of our errant producers.
There you go. So, but in any event, yes, I'll be.
The Lions have been hosting it for 89 years.
Wow, that's crazy.
They held their first matchup against the Chicago Bears in 34, apparently. Interesting.
Wow.
And somehow or another, they beat the Giants. That's how bad the Giants were, that they lost the game and they weren't even in it.
Oh, man.
I don't know what you're looking at, because anything I've ever looked at, they beat the Giants in the first game.
The Lions have been hosting Thanksgiving games for 89
years. I believe what you're reading.
That's and it's actually the source is from Dallas. So.
Oh, fuck that. I wouldn't.
It may not have been the NFL then, though,
Well, I'll definitely watching Detroit this year. That's for sure.
Detroit Lions again even on Wikipedia. Detroit Lions since 34 and Dallas since 66.
Yep, 66. There you go. And it was it was either the late 60s or early 70s.
Yep. So as long as you and I have been alive, there's been 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, on the other hand,
65. I was born in 65.
So
I'm an old man.
Oh.
So
I need another beer.
Already? You gotta give me 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay, I'm setting the timer.
Set the timer. All right. So what I was getting at before with the holiday beers, like of the past, like stories, like I distinctly remember back it was in the 80s. And yeah, I can remember drinking the Harpoon Winter Warmer too. But I believe it was I believe it was Sam Smith's Winter Welcome. But now I remember drinking them at Thanksgiving. I remember drinking them. You know, those years, probably in 87 or 88.
You mean in 34?
No, in 87 or 88.
Oh.
Yeah, because Harpoon was making beer in 1934.
They may have. I don't know.
Well, they're the grandfather of the guys that opened in 86.
You never know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, when you're ready, I'll pop my first beer with you.
Why don't you pop the first beer? I'll finish mine. Dave can bring his, and I'll open mine.
Yeah, because we're.
Well, I'm going all vintage on you tonight, guys, because I haven't bought anything new in a while, and so I wanted to bring this one because it was the very last year they did it. They still do the beer, but they had to rename it. So it was the very last year for Mother's Milk.
You mentioned this.
They said that stood for Mother's Imperial Liquid Fantasy, but this is 2018 and the last year they did it.
Mother's Imperial
Liquid Fantasy.
Mother's MILF.
Mother's Milk.
Mother's Milk.
So they took a bit of heat as things started to get more politically correct, because it first came out in 2011, but by 2018 they had stores saying they weren't going to carry it anymore with that name on the bottle.
Oh, geez.
So this is 11%.
I know a couple of stores. Honestly, I know a couple of stores that would have told them they won't carry it anymore if they don't keep that name.
That's correct. Well, this particular beer, it's an imperial stout that's aged in bourbon, rye, brandy, and rum barrels.
Nice.
So I'm going to pour some for you here.
You're going to pour it for us? Yeah. Ooh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, we do have smell-o-vision, so we can.
Hey, I'm here for you. Oh man. Well, this one's been sitting in the bottle for 5 years, and holy Moses!
Oh, that would be the alarm, John. The 2-minute timer.
That would be well, go for it. I'm ready.
Okay, just had to turn the timer off. You all set?
I am. Just getting my glass out. So
there it is.
There it is, right there, folks. Right.
Oh,
there.
You guys got the same beer. There we go. Look at you.
Well, there's a reason for this, and I'll let John was so damn excited that he was like one of the first commenters on the Sam.
I saw
Adams
this
website,
literally
Facebook page
3 minutes after Sam Adams posted this. I sent it straight to Dave. I'm like, you got to be kidding me!
And he went ape shit about this.
Oh yeah,
and for good reason, because Sam Adams has always just included this in the holiday pack.
Yep.
This year they released them in 6-packs.
6-packs of Old Fezziwig. It's a 5.9% Old Ale from Sam Adams. It's amazing. This beer. I mean, Old Ale is one of my favorite styles, but this one. With the holiday spicing in it, it's just put a little bit closer. It's just amazing. It's if you can get this, get it. I grabbed a case of it.
Really? All right, look at you in the holiday spirit.
I did. I grabbed a case of it. So
this is. I think when we did our favorite Sam Adams beers, this made your top 3, did it not, John?
This made my top 3. Yes, this did. This absolutely did. I had to take the obligatory.
And I think we had to rule out Utopias from that list.
We ruled out Utopias, right? Exactly.
Because we're not really sure if it qualifies as a beer.
It's a cognac.
It is cognac, brandy, whiskey.
Any of those. Look at that.
It can be cognac because it's not wine. Yes.
I mean, yeah. All right, how about this? It's Scotch. Okay.
it's not smoked. It's not peated. I'm gonna call. I really think it's a whiskey. It's a whiskey.
It's a windy. There you go.
It's a windy mix between a whiskey and a brandy.
Oh my God. There you are. Where have you been? That's amazing.
Wow. There's that.
Oh damn.
This has.
My goodness.
When you talk about holiday spicing.
Mm-hmm.
This one leans towards the phenolic end of the spice spectrum.
Yep. Oh, that's so good.
Allspice, ginger, and nutmeg is what I get out of it, right?
Yeah, definitely getting the ginger.
Yeah.
Getting some very little bit of clove. Get a little bit of fruit. It's an old ale, so you're gonna get all the as they say all the feels with the old ale.
You'll start getting more of the old ale feel when you let it warm up a little.
It's got to warm up a little.
I've got mine too cold.
Yeah, it's got to be a little. It's got to be a little warmer as far as all of those leather and toffee and all that stuff coming from an old ale. So But this is an amazing beer. Yeah. Well, as soon as I saw that they released it in 6-packs, I mean, everybody's going nuts. I'll be honest with you. I grabbed a case of it, right? And the store I went to, it's a busy store. Okay. Make no mistake. It's a busy store. But I go in there on a Saturday and they had 12 cases of it plus an open case with like, I think 2 or 3, 4-packs, right? But there was another 12 cases on the floor. I was in that store again on Tuesday, and that was Saturday. And it was mid-afternoon, late afternoon on Saturday that was in there, okay? On Tuesday afternoon, I'm in the same store. So they went through the rest of Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then on Tuesday afternoon I was in there. There was 3 cases left. 3
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
cases left. Yeah. So tell me that this isn't something that everybody was waiting for, right?
That's funny because I went to Booton, and I didn't go to Booton to buy any holiday beer.
Yeah.
So I'm walking around and like, oh, God, I should get some holiday beer. So I asked my friend Jason, they're like, you got any holiday beers? He goes, maybe up front. So he takes me up front. He goes, we got that Sam Adams one. I'm like, excuse me? Oh, yeah, I'll be grabbing some of that.
Yeah, exactly. Doug Smith comment here. He just said, got some too, Johnny. 2 6-packs. It's flying off the shelf. It absolutely is, Doug. Flying right off the shelf. It's crazy. But it's great. I love it. I mean, I'm good with the case, right? I'm good with the case, but loving the fact that it is flying off the shelf. That's
sure. And the thing is, maybe the big wigs who decide distribution
the big fizzy wigs,
the big fizzy wigs will realize that, hey, you know what? Jim Cook knows what he's doing. He's been wanting to have this out there. And now that they've done it and they've gotten the reaction that they've gotten to it, hopefully we'll see this again next year. And you know what? I can't help but think that part of the decision to release it as a 6-pack is they knew there'd be no Anchor this year.
You might not be far off with that. Yeah. You might not be far off with that.
There's a niche.
Take advantage of the market. Yeah. I think, well, I don't know if that was the case, but it certainly makes sense.
Yeah, that's very true.
And you know what? And maybe part of the reaction to it is the fact that everyone's excited for it, but also that for those who would have bought Anchor, how many bought Old Fizzywig instead? You, me, Doug, Tom, we would have bought both.
Yeah.
Would everybody have? Or did Old Fezziwig become the secondary pick?
It may have definitely filled the void. Let's put it that way.
Oh, yeah.
That's
and
for sure.
And if Sam Adams, if that was their thinking, that's genius.
Genius, absolutely. Doug just wrote in, no Anchor, our special ed. I'm truly sad about that. As are we, Doug. Yeah, as are we. We had that long talk on the Christmas in July show where we all had them as well. But, yeah, Christmas won't be the same without that beer. But definitely a good point that Dave makes. That's for sure. Hey, you know what? I look at it this way. And I said this, I was on, Matt and I were on a podcast last night, guys out in Long Island. And we were talking about this. And I said for years, it's only been available, as we said, it's only been available in the holiday variety pack. And you only get 2 bottles.
Yeah.
You only got 2 bottles. And you got 2 bottles of that. You got 2 bottles of winter lager. You got 2 bottles of. I don't need Cold Snap. I don't.
Yeah, I don't need Cold Snap.
I don't need Cold Snap. You know what?
And then with 4 bottles of Boston
and
Lager.
Of course, you get 4 bottles of Boston Lager. I mean, you know what? Here's the thing. If I want Boston Lager, I'll buy Boston Lager. If you want to give me a holiday mix pack and give me 6 winter lagers and 6 Old Fezziwigs, I'm good with that.
Yeah,
that I will buy. Absolutely. But it's crazy. But what I did was Wegmans. Right now, Wegmans. If you've been into Wegmans, Tom, I don't think there's any Wegmans.
We don't have in my neck of the woods, no.
But Wegmans, a lot of other stores do this too, but Wegmans especially.
I'm not sure if Piggly Wiggly would.
I don't think so. A lot,
we don't have them either.
You don't have those either.
Other stores do singles, like Boonton does singles. A lot of store does singles, right? So, but in any event, Wegmans, they'll actually take beers out and they'll fill up their singles case and they'll say, make your own 6-pack. So a couple of times when they had enough, I actually went in and grabbed the thing, and I put 6 Old Fezziwigs in it. I made my own 6-pack of Old Fezziwig. So, but a couple of times I was able to get like 3, and then I got 3 other beers or something like that. But at least I didn't have to buy the 12-pack.
At least you got some.
I did, but Yeah, one thing I will tell you, and I don't know if either of you seen it, and Dave, if you see it, if anybody, let me know.
Yeah, you told me about this.
I cannot find. Sam Adams released the other mixed
Oh.
pack, 16-ounce cans. All right, and
I haven't seen that yet.
and they in it was the honey porter and the Scotch ale, and I want to get one of those because I want a couple of those Scotch ales, and I definitely want that. I can't find it anywhere. Everybody. I got to be honest with you. A couple of bigger stores I went to, they don't even have the Old Fezziwig.
Really?
Like Wegmans didn't have Old Fezziwig. Total Wine didn't have Old Fezziwig. I got it in Wine Outlet over here in Wall is where I got it. But a bigger store, not regional, local to pretty much Monmouth and Ocean County. There's one location up in Hudson County.
Which one?
Wine Outlet. It's one in Secaucus, yeah. And it's for those of you out there that are saying to yourself right now, he means Secaucus. No, I mean Secaucus.
Secaucus.
It's Secaucus. Right.
Or if you like to make fun of
it. What?
It smells like sea carcass.
See, who's what?
It's a town in Hudson County, New Jersey called Secaucus. And everybody and their mother that hasn't lived there, doesn't know anybody from there, calls it Secaucus. It's not, it's Secaucus.
There is actually a park. There's a park.
Secaucus?
Secaucus. Yeah, it's like a caucus, like a meeting, a caucus with an SE in front of it. And people say, oh, it's not SEA or SEE, so it can't be C. It's got to be S, right? Secaucus.
There is actually a park in Secaucus that has all the variant spellings that has ever been spelt. So you can kind of get a feel as to why everyone's, so many people have say it different, but everyone up here says Secaucus. And like I said, sometimes we jokingly refer to it as sea carcass because of the smell. In some areas.
It depends on where in Secaucus you are, yeah.
And which way the wind's blowing.
Right. And a lot of that is the meadows.
It's the salt marsh, yes.
So here's the obvious pickup line. You want to see my caucus?
Nah, not so much.
Nah, that doesn't work.
The argument I make to everybody.
I got to tell you, I ought to try it once.
The argument I make to everybody is, are you sure you know what you're talking about? Well, my father grew up there, and my uncle was mayor. Trust me, I'm fairly certain it's Secaucus. Right? Anyway, Doug Smith just said you can only get it online from Sam Adams' site or at the brewery in Boston. That's interesting. I didn't read that. I did not read that. Let's put it that way. I didn't read that it was available in stores by any means, but I didn't read that it was only available like that either. I'll go on tonight and order one. If that's the case.
Yeah, because we've never done that. Actually, I've done that during the show where I've ordered beer during the show.
You have, yeah. The Brew Guru ordered the mix pack on the Sam Adams website. I will definitely do that when the show's done. I'll order it.
Right there, I ordered during the Finkel and Garth show.
During the Finkel and Garth. Yeah.
I ordered Finkel and Garth.
Yes,
during the show
from Beer Drop.
Yep.
I will, and you'll be proud. You'll be proud of me.
Proud of you? I'll be. Yeah,
you'll be proud of me. You'll be proud of me. I will. I got another Tavor box coming. It's my third in the last month and a half. But reason I did that was because I had one beer on the wish list, and as soon as my last box closed and went to ship, like literally within an hour, what was in my wish list created a new box.
Let me see if I can guess what was on that wish list because I haven't opened one right now. Was it the Abyss?
No, I put that on afterwards. It wasn't him. It was it was a Rauch beer from Heater and Allen.
Oh, that was when I opened this box.
Gotcha. But so I got another 12 beers coming in that. But you'll be proud of me. Right just yesterday before it closed in the afternoon, there was a beer that popped in. I'm like, ooh, I need that. And it was a wish list beer. I'm like, nope, I'm not going to do it because that means it's going to go in there and this one's closing and another box will be created and I'll just start ordering more. I'm like, I'm pausing right now, at least for the holidays. I'm pausing on Tavor. So I spent enough money in the last 2 months. I'm good.
I've got one that's still open. And I'm looking at it right now, and I've really got to put this down. I'll spend the rest of the show ordering more beer.
Yes, let's not do that. All right.
Considering we're going to
back to your regularly scheduled program.
Yeah, so we're going to be hitting five beers this year. I think I'll be a little too indulgent of myself.
Exactly.
No, I've said this many times before, where I have gone and I've had something deliver
Right.
to my door, be it beer or something else from Amazon, whatever. And I've opened the box and
You order beer from Amazon?
No. Be it either beer or from Amazon. There's an or in there. Or from someplace else, and open the box and look at it and go, "Thank you, drunk Dave."
Right.
I've never actually ordered anything really stupidly frivolous while drunk, but
Fair enough.
usually what drunk Dave orders sober Dave is usually pretty good stuff.
There you go. There you go. How about it? Back to our regularly scheduled program, if you will. Let's jump back.
This is our regularly scheduled program.
I know it's not. This is true. In any event, well, this was scheduled with Tom, so there's a difference there. All right, so I'm talking about making lasagna tomorrow. I do what I do, and you guys go around, tell me what you do. Like night before Thanksgiving Day, night before
Wednesday
Thanksgiving,
prep.
Wednesday prep. Now I'm many years older than the average age of who goes out tomorrow night. Right?
Yes, because it's mostly the college kids coming home.
Two of my
haven't
three
seen their high school friends in a while.
Right. two of my three kids are too old to go do that.
Yeah.
Right, so
it's one of the many nights we refer to as amateur night.
It's amateur night. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm staying in prepping, right? So I will listen to a bunch of stuff. I will drink many really good beers, except, and for those of you frequent, longtime listeners know, this one that I had, the Sierra Nevada Celebration, this can, I will not have another one until Thursday morning. I will not drink this.
How will you survive?
I will wait. The tradition used to be that I had my first Sierra Nevada Celebration right after the turkey went in the oven and the parade came on at like 9:00 in the morning. I cracked the first Sierra Nevada Celebration. So a couple of years ago,
you will still do the same. It just
I will
do
the
first
same
one.
It's like the first one will be the second one. 2 years ago, we switched it up. I do the first one on the show on Tuesday, and then on Thursday is the second one. But tomorrow night during the prep, I gotta prep some meat plates, and I gotta make the lasagna. I gotta make little meatballs for lasagna.
He'll go back to the first celebration being when the turkey goes in the oven. If that petition goes through to take us off the air,
That's true. That's true.
We'll see.
But I gotta make meatballs. I gotta make the sauce for the lasagna too. So make that all from scratch. However, I will watch two things. There will be two things that I will watch while I'm doing all of that. One is this episode of WKRP in Cincinnati.
Classic.
The turkey drop. Okay.
As God is my witness.
I thought turkeys could fly. And the other.
Oh wow, we said it 3 times. Gordon jumped in to show up.
No.
I should have had that ready, damn it.
Would it be Die Hard?
No, that's Christmas.
This is Christmas. Oh,
Planes, Trains, and
Automobiles.
Trains, and automobiles.
You gotta watch Planes, Trains. That is the ultimate Christmas or Thanksgiving movie. Yep, you gotta watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yep, absolutely.
It is.
It is a must. And I'll watch it tomorrow, and I'll probably watch it once over the weekend too, and maybe at another time too.
We've already seen it once, but I'll probably watch it again.
I saw you did. You put that up there. You were watching. I was like almost jealous. Like I gotta watch it. I'm like, nope, I'll watch it on the Wednesday. Good. So, but yeah. So it was. It's gonna be fun. It'll be fun tomorrow. But I was so looking forward to this show tonight. But what are some other movies and/or TV shows?
Well, Die Hard always kicks off the Christmas season.
Yeah, I mean, there's very few Thanksgiving movies per se, but
that's why I guess Die Hard. It's most people say it's not the Christmas season, so you see Hans
Gruber
falling
Nakatomi Plaza, right?
You got to see drop. Now it's Christmas.
I have a T-shirt that I will be wearing at some point over the next several weeks. That is the first annual
Nakatomi Christmas party.
First annual Nakatomi Christmas party, 1988.
Nice. And you know what? Bruce Willis actually came out and said that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
I heard that.
And we all went, "We love you, Bruce. Shut up."
I hate to disagree with the star of the movie, but if you actually watch the movie and look at the premise, he's on an airplane trying to get home to his estranged family, holding a big ass teddy bear. If that doesn't scream Christmas, I don't know what does.
Yeah, exactly.
The part of the movie is just a man trying to get to his family. The ship blowing up and people trying to kill him. That's all extra stuff. The heart of the movie is a man trying to get back to his family.
They're what we refer to as hurdles.
Right.
Hurdles, yeah.
That's all they
Exactly.
are. Hurdles.
But
It's like anything else, right? It's like vacation. All of the hurdles it's vacation. All of the hurdles that
it has all the requirements of a Christmas movie.
Clark Griswold. I couldn't see
There it is.
Speaking of that, a Christmas Vacation.
There's a big one. Have you seen that one meme that says my kid was playing cowboys and yelled yippee ki yay? I finished the phrase and well, now he knows a new word.
I like that.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Did you see Brewdog released a beer, and it's called
Brewdog. Oh shit would be actually something they would call a beer.
It's called Oh Shit. I want to get it right. Let me just get it right here. Just give me a second.
I feel that those guys stopped giving a fuck a long time ago. What kind of beer is it, John?
It's a stout. It's a toffee and pecan stout or something like that. What's that?
Pecan.
Toffee and pecan stout. There you go.
Is that the
pecan is something you throw out at the rest stop.
It's a butte? Is that the one?
It's a butte. It's a butte, and it's a Christmas story. It's after a Christmas vacation.
Oh yeah,
what we call it? It's a butte. You know,
it's a butte, Clark.
It's a butte, Clark.
That was his Did his father-in-law say it? I think.
No, Eddie said it.
Eddie.
Eddie says it.
Eddie, yeah, cousin Eddie.
Cousin Eddie.
Yeah.
That's good eatings, Clark.
Yeah.
Them's good eatings,
Clark. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like
Daddy always said that was the best kisser. Oh, that's from the
original one. Yeah. That was Jane Krakowski.
Yeah. From Parsippany, New Jersey.
Yeah. I didn't know her.
No. Well, you didn't grow up in Parsippany.
I thought you were.
I grew up close. I grew up closer to Parsippany than you did. So.
Yes, you did. I actually lived in Parsippany.
I thought you were quoting Ivanka Trump.
Nope.
But,
oof.
Had to go there, didn't I?
Yeah, had to go there.
Yeah, eventually.
You always know right where too far is, but you go there anyway.
So anyway, but yeah, so it's a beaut. I got to actually pick up. I got to pick up one of those. It sounds interesting. It's worth a grab. $10 for four. It's a 6-pack of 12-ounce cans.
Total Wine and More carried it. That I know. I just don't know. And you got one near you. I got a new one near me.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep,
we'll see.
You do have a newer one near you, yeah.
Brand new, opened this past year.
Mm-hmm.
Right into Mike Darkus there, without his wife.
That's
I didn't recognize him.
Very strange. Very strange.
It's like, where's Lauren?
Yeah, very strange. So
he was buying let's see, Jameson's. That's what he's
buying. Yeah, there you go.
It was just before Thanksgiving, before St. Patrick's Day.
There you go. Well, St. Patrick's Day technically is before Thanksgiving.
It is.
Or after.
Or
depending on your point of view, yeah.
Exactly. Time is cyclical.
In any event.
I love the color of this beer.
Is this your third?
This is my third.
All right. Well, let me know what that is, and I will put that.
You might be. No, you're not drinking one of these today.
I'm not drinking. No, I'm not drinking one of those.
Drinking the Course and Donk Christmas Ale today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow! Okay.
This is a treat. I've not had this in so damn long.
Oh my god!
That spicing amongst those esters. Belgian esters are unmistakable. Belgian yeast esters, as the case may be. And the thing is, I think it's been so long since I've had it, I don't think I've got it checked in on Untapped.
Really?
That would be how long it's been.
You know what? You bring up a good point, and I did want to mention this.
Nope, I haven't.
I've checked into, or I went to look up some info on Old Fezziwig on Untapped.
I didn't have that checked in either.
I've had Old Fezziwig, and I know I've checked into it. Is it just me, or does Sam Adams? I don't know what I'm saying. I'm reading Sam Adams' bottle here. Does Does Untapped like lose check-ins periodically?
I don't think so. I've not seen that happen.
Because I know
because there's sometimes I've thought it's been so damn long since I've had this beer. I'll be really surprised if I haven't checked it on Untapped, and I have. So I don't think they lose them.
That's interesting.
Oh, we've got a really interesting question being posed to us. Actually, to you.
To me.
Yes, to you.
Oh, this is from Gene Lynch. Hey, Gene, cheers. Happy Thanksgiving, Gene.
Oh, to you and the other Lord.
Oh, wow. That's a great question. Yeah, I like it.
When is the CBW Holiday Ale being released? I will tell you right now.
Next year.
In about 12 months. There will be a few, actually. There'll be a couple, at least a couple, if not a few. And like late October, early November next year, look for them to be released. Look for a release of one out in market, and then look for a couple of others, but you're going to have to come to the tap room for those couple others. So, but anyway, there's your answer next year.
Wow, this thing, you get those apple and pear esters that you always get from a Belgian yeast with cloves and cinnamon on it. I don't. You know what a pomander is?
Sure.
It's what it tastes like, where they take a fruit. Usually it's an orange, and they shove cloves in it. And usually they will either dunk that into the punch, or there's a tradition that you hand it to somebody, they pull a clove out of it with their teeth, and then you kiss that person.
Right.
Those are some wild and crazy medieval parties right there.
Some wild and crazy medieval parties.
If I had a nickel.
Let's go down to the Iron Maiden. Not the band. Or maybe the band.
Run to the hills.
I saw them for the first time in 1982.
Wow. Little Bruce Dickinson?
Yeah, I was 17.
There you go.
Believe it or not, they were the opening act. They were the first of four bands. Iron Maiden, they played in this order: Iron Maiden, Scorpions, Loverboy, and Foreigner.
That's a great concert.
Foreigner, and wow, that's a weird concert.
It was almost like two different concerts. It really was. But after Iron Maiden and Scorpion, Loverboy was great. So was Foreigner, but it was almost like a letdown after those two acts.
All right.
The strangest concert I ever went to is far
you think it was a bit the other way around? Maybe Scorpions would have been like,
yeah.
I guess Foreigner would have had to have been the headliner though of all of it.
That's well, in 1982. It was 1982. So I mean, it was right after Foreigner 4 came out. So I mean, that was huge. But
sure.
Oh yeah, the strangest one I ever went to, as far as how different the acts were, was also the first concert I ever went to.
Right.
Hooters opened. Mm-hmm. Then it was Santana.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, okay.
Then the Clash.
The Clash, okay.
Another interesting, eclectic, surreal.
The headliner, The Who.
I was going to say the headliner, Haircut 100.
I don't think they were around back then.
Oh yeah,
that was The Who's first farewell tour.
Wow. The first one, I love that. Hey, before I run out of beer, I want to cover a couple of notes here. This thing's been sitting in a bottle for 5 years, and it's absolutely delicious. I get a lot of malted chocolate notes. I forgot to mention earlier that this beer also uses raisins and cocoa nibs, so obviously you get those big red and dark fruit notes. But as far as the barrel notes, I really feel the brandy barrel more than anything else.
Nice.
Really?
It is absolutely gorgeous, though. I tell you, this is just amazing.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Anyway.
So, my third beer that I opened up, I'll just put the crawl up here. And by the way, Gene asked, it's aging currently. I'm assuming that's a question. No, it's not aging, Gene. We didn't brew it yet. we will be brewing it for next year. So,
I think what Gene is telling me is you should have a brewed already in aging.
Well, the style of beer it's going to be, it's not going to age.
Oh.
It will age okay, but it's not something we want to release aged. So.
Nothing you're going to throw into barrels.
No, not for that. Well, we will have things by then in barrels, so we're good. But
it's a milkshake seltzer, isn't it?
It's a milkshake pastry seltzer. Yes,
it's a peppermint
cranberry milkshake pastry seltzer.
It's going to be called It's going to be, because it's Coastal Brew Works, it's going to be called Peppermint Bark, Barque. And if you know your seagoing vessels, a bark is a ship.
There you go.
So there you go, Peppermint Bark.
Peppermint Bark.
You can use that.
Thank you. I will. There's my third beer right there.
There's another classic.
And I was hoping to wax nostalgic about this beer with Mr. Stardomsky.
I know, I'm bummed out.
So he's from up that way.
Yeah. So Doug, if you could fill in for him on the waxing nostalgic about this beer, please do. If you're still watching and listening. But yeah, this is up. Hold on.
There we go.
There you go. Get it going. The people want to sell her well.
He's talking about.
I'm just saying.
He's talking about Brian. That's who he's talking about.
He's talking about what?
Because Brendan. Oh no, I thought it was
Brendan.
Gene.
No, it's Brendan.
Okay.
Get it going. The people that want to sell it well. Yes, you're absolutely right. We'll get it cracking. We'll get it brewing. We'll get it. Going. There you go. So, cheers, Brendan. Thank you for
cheers.
Thank you for putting me straight. And yeah, exactly. So yeah, this winter warmer is fantastic. This is one of my faves. This is such a good beer.
I gotta
nice
say,
big malty.
through the years, Harpoon's, I think their quality has dropped. This beer has not dropped as much as the rest.
Mm-hmm. No, it hasn't. It's not too far. I mean, I have it once a year, right? Well, once a year. I have several of them in one particular period every year.
We follow.
You know what I mean?
That. Yeah, we got
that. Just in case you was confused. I always like to be totally upfront. And
so you drink a couple every holiday season.
Thank you very much. So it's hard to know. Like, I mean, as long as the taste is reminiscent of what you're used to and what you remember it to be. I mean, unless you have a vertical, in which case you're really not going to know anyway, because there'll be some oxidization, there'll be some other things and aging.
I've got about a 4-inch vertical.
Well,
say.
All right.
I'm glad
you said vertical.
Right. Oh, the horizontal's much longer.
Yeah, 4.5. There you go.
That's much. That's 25%.
Let's see.
No, it's not. It's
12.5%.
No, it's less than that even. It's 6.25%.
Fair enough.
Quarter of a quarter.
All right, fair enough. On that note,
we are seriously digressing.
We are definitely digressing. All right, so if you're telling jokes, I got a couple for you.
Here we go. Hold on, wait a second. Before you do that, let me. Can I find it? Hold on. What's it called? Okay.
I really don't know. I'm not quite sure.
I forget the name of the goddamn app that I use.
What is it?
Hold it. We didn't talk about the other day that it is today.
Yeah, I'll bring that up in a minute.
But we got to do the jokes first.
I got a joke.
You got a joke?
I got a joke.
Okay, go for it.
All right, go ahead, go for it.
This is my favorite winter theme joke. So,
winter theme joke. Okay.
Go for it. I have a few.
How do you catch a polar bear?
I don't know. How do you catch a polar bear?
Well, you cut a hole in the ice. You put peas around the ice, and when the bear comes up to take a pee, you kick him in the ice hole. You kick him in the
kick him in the ice hole.
Kick him in the ice hole. Okay.
Tough crowd.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, I got a couple that I was saving, so I'll give you this one. Either of you ready?
Yep, go ahead.
What's green, fuzzy, has 4 legs, and will kill you if it falls out of a tree?
Got to be something about the Grinch.
What's green? No, it's not holiday related. This one's not holiday related.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, there you go. What's green?
Premature
Fuzzy?
drumulation.
Yeah. What's green, fuzzy, has 4 legs, and will kill you if it falls out of a tree?
What is green, fuzzy, has 4 legs, and will kill you if it falls out of a tree?
A pool table.
Now, where were you when I was telling my joke?
Looking for the app.
He was looking for the app, is what he was doing. There you go.
You said that. I think you said that you had another.
Is butt cheeks one word, or should I spread them? All right.
Oh,
Yesterday at 1:00, it was very time consuming. I could go for seconds.
Somebody's been listening to Henny Youngman.
Yeah, that does sound like Eddie Youngman, doesn't it?
It does, right? Here's a couple holiday related ones. There you go. How do you know that Santa? How do you know that Santa's real?
How do you know if Santa's real, John?
You can feel his presence.
Ah! So why doesn't Santa have any children?
Why?
He only comes once a year, and that's down a chimney.
The hell was that?
I don't know. I hit the wrong button.
Or the other version of that joke is, why doesn't Santa have any kids? He has popcorn balls.
There you go.
There we go.
What do you get when you?
All right, so I'm opening up beer number 2 for you guys. Again, I went vintage here.
All right, go for it.
And the reason I popped this one was because I bought it on Black Friday of 2020. Springfield Brewing Company, their brandy barrel aged barley wine.
Very nice. Brandy barrel barley.
Oh no, sorry.
While he pours that, here's one to kick off the rest of the Thanksgiving conversation. What do you get when you cross a turkey and a centipede?
A whole lot of drumsticks and
Drumsticks for everybody. There you go.
That's the wrong one. Hold on. Stop it.
What the hell?
No, there we go.
All right, close the app. We're done.
No, we're not. Doug Smith has
That's it.
Doug's got one. Here we go. Why was the snowman smiling? The snowblower was coming by.
There we go. That's the last one.
And cilantro.
There you go. All right.
Wow. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
All right. So the other day that we celebrate today is National Stuffing Day.
Because the thing is, we didn't even finish our what do we do on Wednesdays because you turned it over to Tom. What's your Wednesday prep, Tom? Because stuffing is part of that.
Stuffing is part of it.
Without trying to bring down the conversation, so Thanksgiving was Seamus's favorite holiday. So him and I would literally, I mean, you're going to think it's an exaggeration, but we would literally spend months putting it together. Seamus's thing was spice rubs and sauces. So we would take months planning them. We would start planning the menu like in April. We would start figuring out what we were going to do and when we were going to do it and how we were going to do it. And I would do most of the cooking, but we would, he would put all the rubs and the spices together, and we would spend just a lot of time putting Thanksgiving. So to be honest with you, I haven't done a lot with Thanksgiving since then, since we lost them in 2013.
Understandable.
So this Wednesday, what will I be doing? If that's the question now, trying to bring it back up again. Actually, I'm going to be, I will be at a brewery pouring beer Wednesday. I've decided that
doing God's work.
Wife and I are going to keep it simple, and we're just going to do some pork loin chops.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
No, for me, the Wednesday prior. First, before we do that,
can I back up a little bit?
Oh,
if you don't mind.
I don't know. Do you have room behind the chair?
I don't want to steal your thunder.
Just don't back up. Just don't back up into the fire.
Yeah, exactly.
I do have a story to tell you though. So back about 1998, I guess, my wife had got me a subscription to Food and Wine magazine, and they had in that particular year a marinade that included bourbon. For turkey. So I said, bourbon. Okay, I like it. So I like that a lot. So it basically had bourbon, fruit juice, various herbs and spices. So actually I did that was what I did for about from 98 to through 2012. So we have a mutual friend here, Stuart, who came over to visit me on Thanksgiving.
I remember that year.
That's what I used on that bird when he came over to business, because he wasn't really familiar with Thanksgiving or bourbon. So I got him used to both.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
We got to get Stuart back over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been, it was just a rough time for us. We knew Seamus was still going through cancer treatments. So it might not have been the best visit for him, but it was fun.
Gotcha. Well, as Dave was about to say,
to Seamus.
There you go.
Thank you.
So, and you'll be at Banter pouring tomorrow?
Yeah, I will. Yeah. Only till 9.
From
late, Dave. But it does let me do something to kind of keep my mind off things. But then I'm off Thursday and Friday, though.
There you go. When you're pouring, from what time you getting there?
We open at 4.
Oh, there you go. So anybody that's in and around Banter Brewing tomorrow, definitely swing by and have a holiday libation with the Beer Whisperer. And,
get a quaff.
Yep, absolutely. Dave, your Wednesday prep.
You're up. Sorry, Dave. Didn't mean to step on you.
Oh, no, not at all. Wednesday prep. There's a few things that are made the night before. The cranberry sauce.
Oh, yeah.
You make the whole berry cranberry sauce the night before. You got to have a little Grand Marnier in there. Some orange zest. Yep, you got to get that and just boil the hell out of those things until you get all the pectin out of there, and then you let that sit in the fridge until that solidifies, and that's great. The soup that I do, and I really, every year I seem like I need to up it because there's just never enough of it to go around sometimes. It's an apple almond cream soup. And it's perfect for Thanksgiving, but it's also part of my favorite leftover. Everybody's favorite leftover Thanksgiving, and I get it, is that the gobbler, that turkey sandwich, right? But for me, it's the stuffing.
Yeah,
it's mounted in the middle with that soup that I make as a pool around it, and I spoon that stuffing into that soup.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, and it is filling, and the stuffing that I do is an apple sausage stuffing.
Oh, nice, very nice.
And so the apple plays with the apple almond soup, and then the sausage adds another.
Do they go outside to play, or do they play inside the house?
They play inside the bowl and then inside my belly.
Hey, Dave, I do have a question about your cranberry, though. Do you add Jell-O to it?
No, it's just straight up. It's just sugar, water, cranberries. Grand Marnier and orange zest, and that's it. So, and I just let the pectin take over, and I boil it for quite a while. Let a lot of that water boil off.
I do the same.
All right.
I always make. I get 2 bags of cranberries, so it's 2 bags of cranberries.
We've got the double bag.
Yeah, 2 bags of cranberries, 2 cups of water, 2 cups of sugar. Put it in the pot. Just stir it occasionally. Let it boil until it's. You got
to get a nip of Grand Marnier in there.
Exactly. And then take it out, put it in the fridge, and it's ready to go.
All right.
Unfortunately, it doesn't have the ridges on the side of the tube. Can't like when you pull it out of the can.
So you know where to slice.
Exactly. So you just have to go with a spoon, I think I'll have that.
John, what you can do is you can get one of those cans, just take the top off and pour it right into
it.
Set right in there. If you really miss the ridges that much, because cranberry sauce has ridges.
Well, I always said, the cranberries, when you take it out of the can, it's got the little ribs on it. They're ribbed for your pleasure.
Yes. Bullshit. I turn them inside out, rib for my pleasure.
Exactly. So anyway, all right. On that note. So it is National Stuffing Day. So happy National Stuffing Day.
What stuffing do you when you did stuffing, Tom? What's the stuffing that you would do?
So I always do stuffing of some sort, but this year we're doing something a little bit different. Sometimes I make my own from scratch. My wife actually found this box mix. It's like a Hawaiian stuffing. But what I've done with it, we tried it a little bit ago as kind of a test run, and I added a little bits of pineapple and pecans to it, and it comes out very well. It's very nice. But I think that'll pair well with the pork loin chops.
Yes, that would go
very well with them. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, pineapple and pork is a marriage made in heaven.
Absolutely.
That's why I like
but stuffing has always been my favorite part of Thanksgiving. But I always like to kind of drench it in gravy, get it fighting for its life,
I get 3 things on a plate. I love turkey. I love, mashed potatoes. I love the mashed sweet potatoes, and everything else you could think of. But for me, stuffing, cranberry sauce, gravy. Just give me a plate of stuffing, cranberry sauce, and gravy. I'm good.
It's all about the gravy. I like everything drenched in gravy.
Exactly.
Gotta do it.
I like to get my arteries hardened by the end of the evening.
You gotta listen to them, right? You're drinking a beer and you just listen to the creaking. Right? There it is. There it is.
I don't know if it's the creaking of the arteries or the stress put on the belt.
It's a little of both.
I think that's why.
Oh, you know what it is?
I think that's why. I think that's.
I'll tell you exactly what it is. The sound you hear before you undo the belt and the button and the zipper on the pants, right? That's the belt. What you hear after that, that's the arteries.
Well, so see, here's where I'm at an advantage is just the wife and I, so I don't have pants on at all.
There you go.
I was about to say that's why God invented.
I'm cooking in my britches, man.
That's why God invented sweatpants. But
there you go.
Yeah, that's why God made us naked.
There you go. Exactly. Stuffing for me, it's Jess will make. She makes stuffing. There'll be celery, onions.
I do celery and onions, yeah.
In it, but it's a sausage and sage stuffing.
See, I like that though. Yeah, in the past I've used Italian because I really love Italian sausage.
It's Italian sausage and sage. That's what she puts in it.
Yeah, I use Italian sweet sausage in it. Oh no. Yeah, no, actually I don't. I use the breakfast sausage. I like breakfast sausage in it.
Fair enough. Yeah, she uses that, and she also makes. And she made it today. She'll make the stuffing tomorrow, but tonight she actually made it. Just because it's going to go in the fridge anyway, and it heat up on Thursday.
And frankly, what we're all talking
the stuffing,
about is
she made soup. She made her soup today.
Yeah, we're actually all talking about dressing technically.
Dressing, right?
Because no one shoves it in the bird.
Stuffing, but yeah, it's not going inside the bird. No.
Okay.
No.
So, what we got the soup she makes. It's actually and you're gonna don't scoff at this, but
it's a pumpkin.
It's a pumpkin soup.
Okay.
Yes, it's pumpkin.
Yeah, it's pumpkin soup, but it's not pumpkin soup with cinnamon and allspice and cloves and nutmeg and no, it's pumpkin soup, pumpkin meat in the soup, chicken stock, leeks, onions, a couple of the spices and everything else, and an Italian sausage.
Oh yeah, I would definitely eat that. Yeah.
It's delicious. It's delicious. You get a little bit of the sweetness from the pumpkin, and you barely taste the pumpkin because there's no cinnamon, there's no nutmeg, there's none of the pumpkin spicing in it. It's just the the consistency of the pumpkin, but it's got chicken stock in it as well. It's so good. It's so good. So that'll be that's in between the two meals, right? So normally it's a meat platter. Italian meats and olives and cheeses and stuff, and then fresh mozzarella and tomatoes and roasted peppers, and then shrimp. Always got to have shrimp, and then we go into
the at your house.
There you go. Then we go into the lasagna and artichokes, stuffed artichokes.
Yeah. I'm getting the flight tonight.
Come on over. Come on. And then
I'll be on your doorstep Thursday morning.
I'll be here. Just knock. I'll open the door and hand you a can of Sierra Nevada Celebration.
Yeah. What do we do? We're doing a charcuterie board.
Right.
We're doing that.
Charcuterie or charcuterie?
Charcuterie. Then we got figs wrapped in bacon.
Right.
I wanna shove some blue cheese in the figs, and we'll see if.
I do like that. Yeah.
Never pause after you say, "I want to shove some," and then you say,
"Shove some blue cheese."
I want to shove blue cheese up.
I want to shove some.
But one of the other thing
I want to eat it, but I want it pungent.
That's why I use the blue cheese. That's not good. But another one of the family traditions, and Wednesday night I'll boil the eggs, and that we have to do deviled eggs. It wasn't Thanksgiving until my grandfather, when he was done piling up his plate, perched a deviled egg right on the top of it.
Yeah.
So we do the deviled eggs.
That's the problem. I would perch 5 on top of mine, and then.
Well, you don't understand. He's eaten about a dozen prior to that. Actually, there was one year none of us got a deviled egg because my sister ate them all.
There you go.
And I have not let her live it down to this day. Because you don't let something like that go. You do not.
No, you don't let that go. No.
When you eat the whole plate of deviled eggs, she's lucky we didn't shove her in the fire.
Yeah, I was going to say that's pretty. That's bad.
That's heinous. That is egregious.
Yeah, it's egregious.
A whole lot of other multiples.
Did you say heinous or anus?
Heinous.
In your sister's defense, it was genius. She finally got all the deviled eggs she deserved.
Yeah, she didn't deserve all this. She did none of the cooking that year. She didn't get any of it. At any rate. But we got a lot of stuff going on. We'll do Brussels sprouts, green beans. No, I think we passed the green beans. Sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes.
Yeah, we do green beans with almondine, right?
Green
beans
and
almonds.
Yeah. Oh, I love almondine. Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing is getting the almonds to mix in properly with the green beans. It's always difficult. So you got to do like.
So you're gonna say getting the almonds to mix in properly with the deans.
With the deans,
it takes a while.
I like to roast the almonds first.
It's the college mixer.
Roast the almonds first.
You blanch the green beans.
Yep.
You got to blanch the green beans, yeah.
And then the almonds and butter.
Roast the almonds.
But if you roast the almonds, you get that flavor. You get deeper flavor.
Yeah. So we'll do the like you say after the lasagna and the stuffed artichokes and that we'll do the soup somewhere in the middle there because we'll be finished eating by 2:15 or whatever. But it's not till 4:30, 5 o'clock that we're having the turkey and everything else. So
then it's nap time.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and it's nap time first and then after.
Yeah.
And then later on it's nap time around the fire pit with a cigar and some bourbon. That's the kicker right there. It's about halftime in the night game.
I'll tell you one thing: the
all measured by the parade and 3 football games. That's how the day is measured. You got to calculate it out.
My bottle opener is getting a workout today. I've had 4 beers in the show, all of them bottles so far.
Yeah, 4 of my 5 are bottles. 1 can't, just the Sierra Nevada. If Sierra Nevada didn't change the format for celebration, all 5 of mine would have been that.
I'll tell you what.
Tell us what your 4th beer is there, sir.
My 4th beer has developed the best head of any beer that I will drink tonight.
Who doesn't like it?
Mazel tov.
Yes.
That's a lot of head, boy.
Yes. She's quite happy.
I mean, there's never too much head, but that's a lot of head. So
you said you were doing some throwbacks from one from last year, Tom. This one's from last year. I had one on the show last year. I had one on the Christmas July show, and I'm having one now, and that is the St. Bernardus.
There you go.
Oh no! Oh, that's a classic. I love that beer.
Yeah. So I will become after this one. It's 10%, probably incomprehensible, more so than usual. So man, this is one of my favorites. This is such a beautiful beer.
Will it bring it back to the first show we all did together? You talked about being incomprehensible, so I didn't know.
Oh yeah,
if it was going to be like that first show.
I say I may have to get into some.
It wasn't the whole first show; it was the end of the first.
The end of the first
show. Which we got. So on that note, Dave, you're drinking the. I love it too. I'm not having one tonight, ironically, as it were. But I'm gonna ask a question because I was in a store. I won't say which. In a store just the other day. And they had both the 12-ounce, the 330 milliliter, because it's a 330 milliliter. It's 11.2 ounce bottle.
Yeah.
Right. So they had the 11.2.
So it's the Course and Dunk, by the way.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So they had the 11.2 ounce cans of St. Bernardus, and then they had the 11.2 ounce bottles both in 4-packs. Of the St. Bernardus. So the same amount of liquid, just one in cans and one in bottles.
Did the prices differ?
The cans were $14.95. The bottles were $25.95.
Oh my God. That's
$11 more just so you could pour it out of a glass instead of pouring it out of a can.
You pour it out of glass into a glass.
I would have bought the cans, man.
No, I bought the cans. I bought the cans.
Absolutely. Well, you got to remember.
That's insane. That's crazy.
But my point is, here's the thing. Okay, if you want to, maybe people like to age the bottles a little bit better. Maybe it's like reminiscent. It's a little bit more special. You want to throw $2 on there, so it's $14.95 for the 4-pack.
$11,
but $7 and $16.95 for the bottles. I get it. That's fine. That's fine. I probably would have bought the bottles at that point, right? $11, almost twice as much, just because there's no difference. It's the same amount of beer and the same beer.
Makes no sense.
It makes no sense whatsoever. None.
I'm incredulous.
You are.
I'm still at four syllables.
5 syllables, actually. He said, I'm incredulous. Yeah.
Well, the word incredulous. 4.
Right.
4-syllable words.
Right, exactly.
We're not allowed to math on the show, but we can count occasionally.
Occasionally we can.
We try to.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
So, Dave, when do you watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
Here comes the booze. It's not one of my favorite movies.
Oh no!
If I watch it every
Those aren't pillows.
Probably every.
What was that? Hey, how about the Bears this year? Oh, Bears, you're going to go all the way, all the way.
I just love that speech, right? You know, when Steve Martin is really hammering John Candy, and John Candy's character goes into the, "Hey, I like me." He knows he's not perfect. He knows he's a bit of an asshole. He knows has some issues, but he likes the way he is, and people like him like that.
Exactly.
I love that speech. I kind of take it personal, to be honest with you. So that sounds like me. Not everybody can get me, but I like that small few that really understand it. I love that speech.
Exactly. Yeah, it's. I'm sorry, Dave. It's a good movie. It's a funny movie.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's not a good movie. It's just that I don't. To be honest, I don't spend a lot of time watching movies or watching television.
Oh, okay.
It's not a big pastime of mine. I have other things that I do to waste time and disappear from the everyday.
And
that makes sense. I get that too. Yeah.
So
fair enough.
It's just not something I do. So I'll be honest. I don't watch Die Hard every year. I don't watch Christmas Vacation.
I feel undeniably sorry for you, Dave.
I don't watch Christmas Vacation every year.
I feel undeniably sorry for you.
There's very.
You gotta watch some of these at least once. I'll tell you this. I'll watch.
But you are a man who is absolutely steeped in tradition. There are certain things that if you don't do, I swear to God, you will actually cease to exist.
Yeah, I kind of get that.
Not die. He'll just disappear off the planet.
Along that vein, I know I have to watch certain movies every year. If I wasn't here, my wife would need to watch those same movies every year, but she has to watch them because I'm here.
Yeah. No, there's I don't know what it is. I don't think there's any one Christmas movie that I must see every year.
Let me put it this way. I got to watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I watch it at least once. Most of the time, I watch it twice.
Yeah.
Very, very, very infrequently, I watch it 3 times, but once in a while, it is 3. But it's
I have to watch that
twice.
That has to kick off Thanksgiving. It has to be Die Hard to kick off the Christmas season.
So Die Hard's probably twice. I don't watch, mind you, I shouldn't say that. I don't go out of my way unless I'm just sitting there and there's nothing else on and I don't specifically want to watch anything else. And Die Hard 2 is on, then I'll leave it on. I don't try to watch Die Hard 2, right? It's just the first one, right?
You don't go anyway, yes.
I don't go to my way. So, but Die Hard, I'll watch it at least once, if not twice. Christmas Vacation, I'll watch a couple times easily.
Wife and I have already watched White Christmas twice, and it's not even
What about Christmas Story?
Christmas Story.
You watch the marathon? The whole marathon?
The marathon is on the TV. I probably watch it. I probably watch it from beginning to end at least twice, and then I see parts of
snippets here and there.
Yeah. And then here's the other one though. Scrooged, I watched at least once too.
Oh, we've already seen Scrooge. Yeah.
Scrooge. If you remember when we had the show with Kyle Mashad, we had top Christmas movies.
Mm-hmm.
Scrooge was on my list.
Hold that thought right there for one hot second. I want to take a sip of this. I want to show you first my 4th beer. We were talking about Sam Adams Scotch Ale, so I had to make sure that I got a Scotch Ale this year, and just so happens that Bell's Christmas Ale is A Scotch Ale.
Well, how
And
about that?
I almost picked that up this year. I was like, I've
good.
already got 7 beers I could possibly drink on the show right now. I'm limiting it to 5. I had to cut 2 out.
I'll tell you what I bought in a minute, but yeah, there's a bunch that I bought that I haven't.
I did cut out the 27.5% stout that I have. It's not that high, but it's 50%, I think.
Like, by the way, if any of you find Black Note anywhere, speaking of bells, any of you find Black Note anywhere, get me 2 bottles.
Not in this state.
Get me 2 bottles. I'll give you.
You're not going to find Black Note in New Jersey. I'm telling you that right now.
On that note, no pun intended. I said this to Dave earlier today, actually. Tom, I'm not sure if you know. Tom, do you get Omegang out by you?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Omegang released a double barrel or multiple barrel aged imperial,
kind of like that milk beer he was drinking.
Stout. They did. I had it the other day. You see it? You see the 4-pack? Just get it. Just trust me.
Get it? Okay.
Just get it.
I will be there.
Just
every one of the ones that are on the shelf.
Just buy it. Yeah. I mean, no, you don't have to get 9 4-packs. I'm actually going to go back and get another 2. That's how good it is. If you see a 4-pack, just no questions. Just grab it, put it in the cart.
There you go.
It's multiple barrels. It's a blend. There's Heaven Hill. There's
you said Pappy, right?
There's a bunch of different ones. Pappy.
Wow.
There's a certain amount of it is aged in Pappy barrels. Pappy 15-year barrels, 15 and 18. So they definitely have it. Yeah, there's a bunch.
It would be 15. 50. Actually, believe it or not, of all I've had so many of the different years of Pappies, 15 was always my least favorite. I like 12 better than 15.
I like 12 better than 15 too. I like 12 and 18 better. I've never had 23, so I can't speak to it.
I've had 23 a couple of times.
I've never had 23. I will tell you this. You know, both of you, I've told you before, when I was at Against the Grain and we were drinking with the bartenders after they closed. Won't say who, and it was years ago. So if they're not working there, that's fine. If they're still working there, I'm not going to say who it is, so they don't get fired. But whatchamacallit, they Old Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald was as good as Pappy.
Yeah,
flat out as good as Pappy. And here's a note too. You know, pretty much any of those bourbons that come out of Sazerac are just ridiculously fantastic. And Old Fitzgerald, now everybody caught on Old Fitzgerald, so the price went way up, right? Fitzgerald, they make. You ever see Larceny?
Yeah,
Larceny bourbon. Larceny is a great bourbon. It's made by Fitzgerald, and it's only upper $20s to $30 a bottle.
In my particular opinion, allocations, bourbon hype, secondary markets are the worst thing that happened to bourbon.
Sucks.
You got folks that are overinflating a lot of bourbon prices. Buffalo Trace is a damn fine $20 to $25 bourbon.
It is not a $40 bourbon.
In my opinion, Larceny's a better bourbon at a lot less.
Larceny's better bourbon than Buffalo Trace.
It is,
and it's half the price.
Yeah. But bourbon drinkers are like lemmings. If Old Crow became allocated today, it would fly out the shelves for $50.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why my favorite bourbon I can't touch now because it's $95 a bottle, and that's Blanton's when you can find it.
Yeah,
again, exactly. Blanton's is a damn fine $50 bourbon.
Yes.
But if you're paying
it's not a 95. No, it's not.
And I will tell you this too.
If it's on the secondary market, you're a moron.
One of my favorite, and I think both of you know. One of my favorite bourbons is Bibb and Tucker. Bibb and Tucker.
Yeah.
That price has not changed in the last 12 years. It's been at $45 to $50 a bottle for the last 12 years.
That's why if you watch my bourbon shows, I always tell people, forget what's allocated. Go to your store and look for that same price point. You're going to find a bourbon just as good, if not better, at that same price point. Never buy at the secondary market.
So much good bourbon in this country.
The secondary market is ruining everything. Don't buy on it. If you buy on the secondary market, you're an idiot.
John, going back to the Pappy 23, the night I had the first maybe the second night I had Pappy.
You say Pappy 23 or Poppy 23?
Pappy 23. Pappy
23 is another thing.
It was not the most expensive.
But I was young.
It was not the
exactly.
Rarest, yes, it was not the rarest or most expensive thing I had that night. That night I had a Louis XIII as well.
Oh my Lord! Wow. Oh my goodness!
It was at least a double.
Was somebody paying for you, or did you happen to hit the lottery that day?
Who do you think?
Oh, never mind.
We also had Sinatra that night.
So this was at his house.
Yes, okay. It was also Sinatra's first night as a bachelor since his kids were born.
Right.
So he decided to throw down. We went into the cellar and pulled stuff out. We drank a Sauternes that night that was divine.
Oh yeah. I remember that. You told me about that.
Amongst all of that, that was.
So hold that thought. I got a couple of comments from Doug Smith. I got to put them up first.
Of all, Starry Night.
Going back to John Candy, he said, "You want to hurt me? Go right ahead if it makes you feel any better. I'm an easy target."
That's it. That's the speech.
That's the finest moment as Del Griffith.
That's the speech. I'm an easy target.
Exactly. That was that. I love.
But I like my wife.
Love that movie. Love that movie.
So here's my beer number 3. I'm having another one from Springfield Brewing Company.
Starry Night. There you go.
It is their bourbon barrel aged with cocoa nibs. It's at 9%. Again, I'm going to show you the 2020 date there.
Wow,
beautiful.
Nice. By the way, all of my beers are new. None of them are vintage. I drank all I bought.
Well, here's my thing. I haven't been buying a lot this year because I work for a brewery and they give me a certain allotment, right?
Yeah,
so I haven't been buying. I'm not sure how some of these liquor stores are staying in business because I've only been to one big one in town twice. I've only been to the other one 6 times.
Guys, we got to have a meeting, company meeting here.
Like 6 times.
Tom has a job.
We have to get
Tom has a job. Yeah, Tom has a job.
We have to get him fired.
Tom has a job at a brewery. So we're gonna have to lay some of you off.
Oh my God!
Or go in and get him fired.
Exactly.
What's interesting though, it's funny because I don't have a lot of new ones this year. I know John doesn't. Well, John's drinking nothing but new, but he doesn't have as much as you would think. And it's weird because you go out there and you look, and there's not a lot of holiday beers out right now, which is strange because when you look
I'm not sure where you went because the stores I was in.
I didn't find a lot. I'm talking a week ago. I think maybe they just dropped. But the point that I make here is, when do pumpkins hit?
June.
Do pumpkins last as long in most holiday ales? No.
No.
Yet the holiday ales tend to hit much closer to when they should hit, as opposed to when the pumpkins hit.
Yep.
So the one thing I struggled with this year is I wanted to get something, hyper local. That was a holiday beer. No one's got one out yet. Of all the local breweries, I don't see any holiday. I've still got fall beers. I picked up Falling Leaves from Ghost Hawk, which is one of my favorite browns. It just screams autumn.
Right.
But none of my local breweries currently have out. I didn't check Bolero. A holiday beer. So, none of them.
No, that's true. I can say that. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Not a lot of New Jersey breweries did.
They wait till after Thanksgiving.
They wait till after Thanksgiving and then they release them. Yeah.
Which I think is appropriate, and I appreciate it if you read the tag I have on here. Can we wait until after Thanksgiving to decorate? Except I left the word until after, so that sentence makes no sense whatsoever.
We got the idea.
But I'm limited in characters, even though we got quite a few characters sitting right here.
Oh, we got they're all characters.
I've definitely been called a character. I've been called other things, but I've been called a character.
I don't know about that. You might have been called. Hold on. I'm actually. I took a nice little picture.
Actually, it worked. I did have enough characters.
There you go. I took a nice little picture in vein of Mr. Tsardomsky, Mr. Brew Guru, of the beers I bought the other day. So I got to put these up. Now, mind you, remember, keep in mind, there is Sierra Nevada Celebration in here. There's only a 12-pack pictured. I bought 4 12-packs.
Yes. Okay.
And
that there is 2 cases. No,
there 2 cases. Yeah. So I bought, and there is 1 6-pack of Old Fezziwig in here. I bought a case. Right. So I didn't feel the need to put all of that in the picture, but here you go. This is the beer that I bought. So there you go.
Oh, look at that.
All right, so it's the Old Fezziwig celebration.
See, now you should have drank the ginger spice barreled and nice because it is ginger cookie day.
This is true. I didn't think about that, but I hadn't. It's a 15.9% barley wine. Okay.
You still should have drank it. You may have been more interesting tonight.
So my 5 beers out of these 10 that I'm having, Sierra Nevada Celebration, Old Fezziwig, the
These
Winter
are all
Warmer,
all the lower
Bells,
alcohols, you wimp.
the Bells, and my fifth one is going to be Niche Shoof. So that's 10%.
That's a beautiful one.
Okay. The other ones I bought, Long Trail Hibernator, ginger spice, everything nice from Founders, 2 Xmas, and I bought the Omegang Naughty, which is a strong blonde ale with spicing, and then of course St. Bernardus.
There you go. Your brewer once for another brewery did a beer called Naughty and one called Nice.
That would be correct.
Yes, those were good.
Mm-hmm.
I shall be right back.
You do that. I will point out to Tom just what I was saying to. Oh, you know what? That's what I wanted to do. Let's go back to the comments. Doug did put this up when we were talking about bourbons.
Big Spring. Okay.
Yeah. Just visited a distillery called Big Spring Spirits in Bellefonte, Pennsylvania. Is Belafonte, Pennsylvania? Is that Harry Belafonte, Pennsylvania, or just Bellefonte, Pennsylvania? Just picked up their American whiskey for $45 a bottle. Wonderful stuff. Yeah, you know what?
Very nice.
Doug and Tom will tell you too, and we all will, and you know, there's so much good liquid out there. You just got to find it, go in and taste, and you can go into a lot of these local distilleries, and they're going to let you taste what they have. But just do them a favor and do yourselves a favor too. If it's good, buy a bottle and take it home. Because if you're a bourbon drinker and you're going to buy a bottle anyway, don't go to a store and overpay for something that should be less. Get one of these local guys' bourbons.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, I know. I mean, John, I know you've seen some of my shows, right? I almost preach buy what you can find, right? Yeah, I know you've got stuff at your local supermarket. I know everybody's got a local or semi-local, distillery.
Yep.
Pay $50 for those bottles. Don't pay $50 or more for something somebody told you should buy. Don't be a lemming. Buy what you like. Buy what's good. I approach bourbon and even wine as I'm trying to learn a little bit about wine. The same way I approach craft beers. I try to buy as small as possible. Buy local, man.
Yeah, Silk City, absolutely.
There you go.
Right next door to the aforementioned Ghost Hawk Brewing.
Exactly. And I'll tell you.
No, I should not have this sitting here. Oh, that was a bad idea.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. You guys, especially with the next beer, you got to have too. You got to have that first. But in any event,
I have to work tomorrow.
But I digress. Yeah, but
I have to work tomorrow too, but I don't have to get there till 3:30.
I gotta ask you guys. Music, holiday music. First of all, fan of holiday music?
Yes, I am. I really am.
Yes, after Thanksgiving.
Whenever, just in general, fan of holiday music. Right.
But yes,
as am I.
Can I tell you my favorite Christmas song though?
Have at it.
Christmas Must Be Tonight by the band.
Nice. Okay. Good song.
My favorite is actually a little more older. Carol of the Bells.
Yeah, it's a good song.
And so many different versions of it. But I really think the Tabernacle Choir's version is one that's really quite moving.
Mm-hmm. I do like that, but have you listened to the Twisted Sister Christmas?
It's a little different.
That version is incredible. That Twisted Sister Christmas album was brilliant.
There is a lot of good holiday music out there. There really is. I love holiday music.
So much so that I used to, before streaming, I used to do first a Christmas cassette.
Well, me too. But do either of you listen to Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
Sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, those guys are brilliant, man.
But then it turned into the Christmas CD, and the Christmas CD was
I think, can you say, if it's anything about Christmas, can you say, oh, hell yeah? Can you say that? I mean,
yeah, you can.
Right. Yeah.
Hell yeah. And
it's a devil of a Christmas album.
And all my friends look forward to the Christmas CD every year. And then when all the streaming services came online, it became pointless.
Right.
Yeah.
Because CD players have gone away.
They're gone.
They're gone.
I can hear anything I want to hear right here.
So what's interesting about that, John, is one of the CDs I did was called, and it's along those veins, but it's more about the television shows when the specials were special.
Yes.
Oh
Because
yeah.
now we can see them anytime we want. There was a time when the three of us were kids. Okay, so go around, kids. Grandpa's going to tell a story. Where you had to wait all year long. And remember what the first special was that would always hit?
Charlie Brown.
No, Rudolph.
No, Charlie Brown.
Rudolph. No, Rudolph would always hit first.
Well, the first one that kicked off.
I think it was always
one for me.
Christmas.
The first one for me that kicked off the season, and it's not necessarily a holiday show, but it kicked off the season because it started everything going.
The Lions football game.
The Lions football game. No, I'm going back in October, right? Because you only got to see Wizard of Oz once a year.
Yeah.
And it was before Halloween in October during the fall. So when it came on, you watched that and you knew Halloween was like right around the corner. And then Thanksgiving was coming up and it was the Christmas season and everything else. So that, even though it's not a holiday movie, it kicked off but
regardless,
kicked off the holiday season.
But regardless of what Christmas special started it off, we've got different memories here. The thing that you'll always remember, you could be in the other room and you'd hear the bongos and that word special comes swirling in on that TV screen and you came running and you sat your ass down in front of that television and that thing, because it was CBS that ran almost all of them.
CBS had all of them. CBS had Rudolph, Frosty, You're Without a Santa.
The only one I don't think they had was
Charlie Brown. I mean,
they had Charlie Brown. I don't think they had the Grinch though. I don't think they had the Grinch. I'm not sure.
You checked. You know what? I don't know why. Really quick that you said that. ABC.
I think you're right. I think ABC
had, yeah.
But all the CBS ones all start off with and you by the time that ended, it didn't matter where you were in the house.
You were sitting in front of TV.
Boom, your ass was there because this was the one chance every year.
Yeah, you missed it. See this. You missed the first 5 minutes of it. You weren't going to see those first 5 minutes until next year.
12 months.
Yeah.
And and then all of a sudden they released them on CD and the specials stopped being special. We could watch them anytime we wanted to. And yeah, have I bought them on Amazon Prime? I have. So I can watch them when I want to.
Right.
But it's just, I think something, even though there's so much gain, there's this accessibility, I think there was something stolen from the youth of today of that expectation.
Yeah, that anticipation.
It's all gone. Yeah, that's all.
That knowing it's coming, right? There was that anticipation, knowing that it's coming. Is that going to happen next week? You have the TV guide. You're looking through that TV guide.
Yeah. The TV guide. That's how we knew. You didn't have it on the screen.
I used to love to look through the TV guide. There's a Facebook group called Classic TV Moments. I think it's called Classic TV Moments. I'm a member of it. I'll invite both of you.
Oh yeah.
All right. There's a guy that posts pages of TV guides from whatever day it is today, that day in 1968 or 1975 or 1981.
Okay, so when we first started talking about WKRP and thought we lost all the younger listeners,
they're
gone.
They're gone.
I mean, I tell you, I was 8 years old reading TV Guide from cover to cover.
I did the crossword puzzle.
Oh yeah, I always had the crossword puzzle. That would really make my mom mad if I hit that crossword puzzle before she did.
Here's the thing: he posted a picture of the TV, posted pages of the TV Guide from a Sunday afternoon. This is a couple weeks ago, right? And it was that Sunday it was a Sunday, but it was also Sunday. I guess it was like 1971 or something like that. And do you remember the close-up? Right, especially when it was for football, right? And it actually had like the matchup that was being televised was they had the rosters in the close-up section on that page of the TV Guide. So I was looking through it, and it's like Fran Tarkenton was going up against Craig Morton. Giants in Dallas, you know. So it was crazy. So anyway. going back to music. I wanted to say this. I'm a huge fan of music.
Duh.
You guys know that.
Considering that one of the few posts he made about the Giants this weekend was the fact the score was 21-12, which is a Rush album.
Score was 21-12. Yeah.
So Rush was my first arena show. Anaheim Convention Center. A band, another Canadian band called FM opened for them.
Sure.
We're never going to let John.
1980 movie picture tour.
Absolutely.
1980.
I've saw Rush 24 times.
I saw him 3 times.
Yeah. Dave, you saw Rush, right? I know you haven't.
That's why he brought up this.
So anyway, and I won't mention his name, but he besmirches you for not.
Oh yeah, no. He's if he were here, he'd
slam you for not.
Yeah, and be very regretful that he gave me that Napoleon XIII.
Exactly. Anyway, so yeah. Where was I?
Music, holiday music.
Holiday music. There you go. Thank you. So now I'm a huge fan of music. Now I have there are a lot
Herpes?
There are a lot of different genres. There are a lot of different genres. I didn't want to announce it on this show. No, I'm kidding.
Next week. It's supposed to be next week. I'm sorry.
Your weekend. There's a lot of different genres of holiday music. Like I love a lot of the 80s songs, the 80s holiday music that came out, like the Waitresses.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun,
right, yeah. Paul McCartney and Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas.
Oh God, that's a great one.
Step Into Christmas from Elton John. Well, all of them. Yeah. Wham! This last Christmas.
The whole Very Special Christmas series.
Sure. Right.
That's a great series. Don't laugh. I mean, some of the greatest Christmas songs came from.
I also like jazz. And
me too. Yeah.
There's a lot of jazz Christmas albums.
Vince Guaraldi. Got the Vince Guaraldi.
Vince Guaraldi, forget about it. Vince Guaraldi, I could just put on Vince Guaraldi and just listen to it all day.
Right. And then there's Mantovani.
Right. I'm going to give you my top 3. Okay. I got to give you my top 3 because they're from different. There's traditional, fun, and jazz. All right.
Okay. Can I do the top 3 too?
Absolutely.
We're all going to do it.
I'm feeling it.
My top three. My number 3. It's sentimental to me. It's nostalgic to me. Dominic the Donkey from Monty.
Okay.
Every Italian American.
Thank you. That's right. It's my number 3. My number 2, Christmas Time Is Here from Vince Guaraldi.
Oh,
okay.
With the choir from Charlie Brown.
But you got the brush. You got the brushes on the drum.
The brushes on the drum.
Y'all love the brushes on the drums, man.
Absolutely. And my number 1, traditional, and there's very few versions that I don't like, or I can't say I don't like them. I like them less, if you will. But for the most part, most of the versions, I just love them because it's my favorite Christmas song, and that's "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." It's my favorite.
I can dig it. Yeah, that's great.
So
turn it over to
Tom.
No, Dave, I want to hear yours first, man.
Before you do that, I've opened my 5th. This is a beer I want to introduce John to.
I might have to have this. Let me know what it is.
Yeah, no, this one I think you'd appreciate. This one's got this one's different for holiday beer. You don't see a lot of holiday beers that are IPAs.
No, is that right?
Yeah, so we're going to do a celebration fresh hop IPA here, and I'm drinking it out of proper glassware.
There you go. There you go.
Very nice.
So we're going to do my top 3 along the guidelines that you put it. Yeah, Vince Guaraldi when it comes to the jazz ones, but Linus and Lucy.
Well, yeah, there you go. Yeah, I had the Linus and Lucy. Yeah,
that one. That's the one that pervades the whole special, right? It ties everything together. It's kind of like the promenade in Pictures at an Exhibition. Fair enough. I just nerded the fuck out there, didn't I? Yeah, you did. I love that
tune. I can listen to that song over and over again.
Yeah, but it's a great one. When then you get into the more modern ones, and there's a song called "Christmas" by Blues Traveler. That song, there's there's a joy and a pain to that song.
I do agree. Yeah.
There's you listen to that song and try to listen to where he's coming from, and it'll hurt a little bit. There's a cynicism to it, and even not as much cynicism as Father Christmas by the Kinks, mind you, but there's some cynicism.
Well, that song is just pure genius.
Yes, it is. But Christmas, there's levels to that song. And
yes, I do agree. Yes,
that's why I think that song is one of the most genius, more modern Christmas songs ever written. And
I cannot disagree. I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, that's great.
And as far as the classical ones, I mentioned it earlier. Carol of the Bells. There's this.
there's
crash bang boom.
There's this crash bang boom in the song.
I hope
the bells not like things falling.
But no, Carol of the Bells has a joy and a tension to it, and I really enjoy the tension in that song. And I don't know that it's driving. There's a driving tension to it, but there's also a joyousness to it, and and I think that really speaks to the holiday season where there's tension, there's drive, and there's joy.
Yeah,
it really
all of that. Yes.
Yeah. Now, I gotta tell you, and that just in general, or specifically Trans-Siberian Orchestra, or anything like that.
I do like their version. I said earlier that I do like the
Carol of Bells. Remember, if you go to New York City, Rockefeller Center, on the opposite side of the tree, on the opposite side of the ring.
I forgot how tiny this thing is.
Oh yeah, that's why you have it first, and you take a sip of water, and then you.
No. I have it last so that I can taste anything afterwards.
I've tasted everything I've drank because I had it. I had water, and I'm good to go. Anyway,
no, my Carol of the Bells. I think one of my favorite versions would be the Mormon Tabernacle Choir.
Yeah.
Where they the crescendo that they have in this song that really builds it to the point where I love that version of it. There's the Canadian Brass does a great version of it as well.
Talk about jazz, who does geez, what's his name?
Charlie Mingus?
No.
Mingus.
Piano. Mingus. Hold on. I will tell you in a second.
Your second just ended, and now you're just creating dead air, John.
No, here we go. David Benoit.
Oh,
yes,
Benoit. Yeah.
David Benoit plays it's a piano. It's a great version of Carol of Bells. Very good. And on that note, too, like I said, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Any of them? Tom Scott, jazz saxophone player.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Scott, an amazing version of Have Yourself a
Merry Little Christmas. Scott's great.
One of my favorites, yeah. So
there's another one who does. What is his name? One of my favorites, and his name I've lost it. He's a piano player. Everything's on piano. Everything is instrumental. There's no singing to it.
Well, I'm not sure.
I have to.
What you think of that, Tom? What's yours?
So I already told you my number one. I love the band. The song "Christmas."
I'm sorry. Before you go,
so Christmas must be tonight. Go ahead, Dave.
Danny Wright.
Oh yeah, okay.
Danny Wright.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Danny Wright, just beautiful, and another one of my favorite classic ones, Patapan, which is the classic version would turn into God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, and he mashes the two up on piano. It is one of those beautiful things you'll ever hear.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tom. Go right ahead.
No, it's okay. And so Christmas Must Be Tonight. Why do I love that song? Because at the time, of course, not contemporary now, but at the time it was both contemporary and a little bit of gospel at the same time. It's just a brilliant song. And you got those brilliant Rick Danko vocals with the Robbie Robertson lyrics. It's just genius.
And you know how they got their name, right?
The band, yeah, they were the band. Behind Bob Dylan, they were Bob Dylan
and
the band.
The band, because they had no name.
I thought that was absolutely brilliant. The band, we're just the band. Who are you? We're the band.
We're the band.
And who was Annie, though? I wonder who was Annie.
And the band.
Yeah,
the band.
Not Andy.
No, Annie.
Anyways.
Anyways.
So number 2 on my list is, for whatever reason, it's become a controversial tune, and I really don't think it should be, was the Dean Martin version of
Oh, yeah.
Outside.
Of what?
Baby, it's cold outside. The Dean Martin version.
Oh yeah,
It's cold outside.
yeah, like,
I still don't understand why that has become a controversial tune.
Because
I
people
even
are
read
stupid.
the lyrics out loud and asked people to tell me what part of that song do you find offensive, and I can't find anybody to actually say, "Well, Tom, it's this." Because if you think people want to take one small lyric out of context and say it's controversial. If you look at the whole song, there's nothing controversial about that tune.
because what is it? No means no, and does she ever say no?
She says, "I would like to."
Yeah.
I'd like to, or I want to say no.
She said, "My mother." Yeah. Here's the thing. There was a comedian. I'll send you both the link. I got to find the video. There's a comedian that compared and contrasted the lyrics between the horribly offensive Christmas song written in the 40s, Maybe It's Cold Outside, and a song from Cardi B called Wet Ass Pussy. Okay.
Wow.
Which is totally acceptable.
Yeah, acceptable. Well, because I'm not even. Let's not get into that.
No, we're not getting into that.
Let's move on to this. We get too controversial.
I don't know about just the wet ass pussy, but
it's hysterical what he does. I gotta send you the video.
You gotta send me that one.
I gotta send it to you. Anyway, what's your number? What's your number one? Your number
so
three.
My number three, because I would agree with a lot of your others, because you all know I'm a big Vince Guaraldi fan, so I would mention Linus and Lucy, and that, but not mentioning what you've already mentioned. I'm going to have to say a contemporary from my point of view in one of the original rock versions of a particular song. And because he put a rather different spin on it, was the Bruce Springsteen version of Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Yeah.
You know that I got to see him do that live.
Did you really? Oh, I would have loved that.
What had happened is I went to see him in the first time he was doing arena shows. And this was in Jersey. It was at Giant Stadium. And the weather was awful, and they canceled the show. The first ever show that Bruce had to cancel. He comes out on stage. He's like, "Didn't I see you all on the Turnpike on Thursday?" Because that's when the show was canceled. And everyone cheered. He goes, "Yeah, I'm going to make up to you tonight. I'm going to give you the Saturday night special," because Saturday was the replacement date. And his Saturday night special was he did Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Oh, nice.
And the thing that made that was the big man doing the ho ho hos.
Yeah.
Right.
So was Clarence Clemens still there at the time?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, the version that you hear,
hey, Clarence should be good this year. Is Santa going to bring us the
saxophone? And the version that you hear on the radio, that live version, was the show that I was at.
Yeah.
That was the
Although I still maintain, as great a writer as Bruce Springsteen is, as great a player as he is, he wouldn't be who he is without little Steven Van Zandt.
Oh, hell no. No. That guitar work, or Clarence for that matter.
And he might be a little different person without Dave's father too, but that's besides.
Well, there's that. Yeah. We're not going to get into that.
Oh no, so I wanted to ask you about that. I watched that special. Is that your father he's talking about?
It absolutely is my father he's talking.
Oh wow, that's incredible.
That's the.
I watched that, and my wife doesn't feel music the same way I do. But I said, you got to watch this one piece. So I made her watch that one few minutes, and oh god, it was. I mean, I was crying.
Yeah, that's why
I thought that's who it was, but I never really wanted to talk to you about it because I didn't know if it would bring up too much.
Well, what's interesting is a few years back, Bruce invited my brother and I to one of his Broadway shows, and he gave us a range of dates. And my brother picked a date that I hadn't even thought of. He picked my father's birthday.
Oh, wow.
And it would have been his, I think, 70th birthday or something like that. And the funny thing is, we picked that date. We didn't tell him why we picked that date. Bruce picked up on it, though. And he mentioned it during the show.
Wow.
He's like, I talk about Walter, and today would have been his 70th birthday. And I have both of his sons here in the audience.
Oh my God!
It was a moment. It was really
so
something.
When I watched that special, he did talk about that, and he said this man was a real rock star.
What was interesting, and I think the thing that struck me the most during that show is when he talks at the end. He talks about the people that he thinks about,
and
those that
he talked about why he didn't go and how he didn't go.
No, I'm not talking about the war. I don't even.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
I don't want to talk about that so much. But at the end, he's talking about why he did the show. He does the show so he can be with his father again.
Oh, wow.
And his mother again.
Wow.
He can play with Clarence again.
Mm.
And he can see my father perform again. For my father to be in that group,
his mother, his father, Clarence, and your dad.
That's really I never understood how much my father meant to Bruce until that moment. Mm-hmm. And I was stunned. It pushed me back in my chair, and I was just like, that was probably the second time that I was brought to tears during that show. The first time was mentioned my father's birthday and introduced us, but
no, the third time, the first time
was all the onions that were being cut.
Exactly. No, when that kid walked by you and punched you right in the crotch. That was the first.
Oh yeah, that was oh god, that hurt. But no, that was a serious moment when it.
No, but I do remember watching that, especially. I think he's talking about my friend Dave there.
Yeah, that was my dad. He's talking about.
Oh god!
And there's a song that he wrote called "The Wall."
Yeah.
And when he's singing that song, it's a mashup between the drummer from his first band and my father, but it's mostly about what he said this because that's about your dad. He goes, I know I've got some of the details wrong. I call him a Marine. He was in the Army. I know this. He goes, but it's character, but it is based on your dad. So that song was written for him. And, there's been some special moments because of that. It is what it is. And it's cool. It is cool. But
moving on. Yeah. On that note, I just want to one quick other thing on the music. I did want to mention. We're talking about Tom Scott. Have yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and I mentioned to you, Dave, Carrie LaBelle's with David Benoit, Mark Egan. He's a bass player. I don't know if you're familiar with his work. He's a jazz bass player.
No.
Mark Egan plays
He's a bass player. I don't know. Damn.
Fretless bass player, jazz bass player. Really good.
So show off. Okay.
No, really, he's fantastic. I've actually met him. He's a really great guy, and he's a fantastic bass player. He did a version of Greensleeves. What child is this?
Oh wow!
Oh, that's such a beautiful song.
Amazing jazz song, and he plays everything on a fretless bass. Like he plays the lead, the lyric line.
Wow, that's
so
great.
well done.
Check that out. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Danny Wright's version of Greensleeves. What child is this? Is amazing.
It is. Yeah, they're it's just I love holiday music. I do.
There are some. One thing that we'll realize about holiday music is every country that celebrates Christmas has their standards.
Yep. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
And I talked earlier about the the CDs I used to do, and I went and one of the ones I did was called what was it called? I forgot what it's called, but it was really all I did was I did all of the standards throughout all the different countries through the world.
Oh wow! Okay.
And a lot of research had to go into that, of course.
Oh hell yeah! Wait, Dave. You did research for something?
That's kind of my thing. But man, that was one of my favorite ones. Another one I did, and it was based off of a story. It's one of my favorite Christmas stories ever. It happened during World War I. Yeah, the Saint Bernardus is hitting.
I'm about to have I just cracked my fifth too, so you can.
So the Nice Shoof, right?
Yeah.
So during World War I get this right. The British and the Germans, they're in the trenches. They're in no man's land. The Germans, known more for being.
Didn't the Germans bomb Pearl Harbor?
Yes. Germans.
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor?
Germans.
He's rolling.
But the Germans. There it is. Nice Shoof.
Well, it's a fantastic beer.
It is.
It's a fantastic beer. Here's the thing. I decided to go with this one because I had St. Bernardus on last year's holiday beer show. I had Korsendonk on the Christmas in July. So I figured I'm going to go with Nice.
Let's go Belgium.
Let's go. Yeah.
But the story is, so the Germans, who are, infamous for being non-emotional, they start singing carols across no man's land towards the British. Then they start lobbing gifts across no man's land. Mm-hmm. The British, being quite skeptical, had to be cajoled to the point where the Germans then come out of their trenches.
Yep.
Knowing that the British are gentlemen.
Sure.
Trusting that they're not going to just mow them down.
No, they don't. Yeah.
They come out of their trenches. The British then come out of their trenches. They greet each other, exchange more gifts, and a football, soccer as we know it in the U.S., game breaks out. I think the Germans won 2-1 or something like that. They celebrated Christmas together. There's your second one. There you go. Mm-hmm. So in the middle of World War I, in no man's land, the Germans and the British celebrated together. They go back to their trenches the next day. Both divisions on the German and the British side are reprimanded by their superiors for doing such. But just the fact that they did this, I think it's one of the greatest. It's such a great Christmas story that in the middle of war, where you're really supposed to be killing each other, the spirit of Christmas took over that one time, that one night, and allowed them to celebrate together. It's
a great story. That's a great story.
Love that story.
Great story.
And I don't know what Tom's doing that I had to turn this camera off. But we'll leave that to Tom. That's his thing.
I really want to know what he's doing.
No, I don't. I don't.
Well, no. I might. All right, let me say that. I might want to know what he's doing.
Yeah, I do.
I might not want to know.
You may not want to know what he's doing.
While he's off doing whatever it is he's doing, I'm going to throw up a comment from Doug Smith. Just said, not Christmas, but can you tell me, Johnny, about you meeting the Bangles? I'll take Susanna Hoff's gift wrap for Christmas. Doug, I'm sorry, but you won't be able to get Susanna Hoff's gift wrap for Christmas because I would take her before you would gift wrap for Christmas.
Oh, John already knows this story. I know someone that did get her gift wrap. Maybe not for Christmas, but
exactly. So
all he had to do was make origami swans out of the napkins.
There you go. But Doug, me meeting Susanna Hoffs, and the Bangles, they were playing in City Winery in New York City on Varick Street.
Great venue, by the way.
Probably about 10 years ago, I guess, maybe something like that, maybe a little less. It might have been less, 10 years ago, somewhere in there. And we went to see them, and they were, we got tickets, like four of us went, and they were, we found out they were doing backstage before the show, like a meet and greet before the show. So we had to go. We had to just go meet and greet them. And it was two couples, and ironically, just myself. It was a little weird when we first walked in there, but just myself and the husband of the other couple. The girls didn't want to go. They like, yeah, we're good. We'll drink at the bar. You guys go back. I'm like, no, we actually really want you to go in there. We don't want to go in there by ourselves. We don't look like two creepers, right? But they didn't want to. So
yeah, it looked like creepers anyway. Didn't
then we really, but they both said that to us. Like, you guys are going to look like creepers anyway. So just have at it. Yeah, save the money. We're good. So we went back there, but it was cool. There was a bunch of people back there, and we talked to a bunch of people, and we were having conversations with them. They were really, really, really nice to meet. Really great to talk to. Susanna Hoffs is still
really nice. That's very nice.
Amazingly, pardon my French, amazingly fucking gorgeous. She's still ridiculously gorgeous. She's still to this day on my hall pass list. All right, so but
I'll be right back.
All right. But she, she's. They were all fantastic. And they were very.
We lost Tom again.
He's doing something, but they were
No.
They were definitely had no issue with the fact that Mike and I were back there without sans women. Right?
I thought you were going to say without pants. Okay.
Oh no. But I will tell you this much: during the show, they did Eternal Flame, and I did not stop staring into her friggin' eyes while she was singing.
Had some eyes. Still has some eyes.
Still does. So yeah. So it was fantastic, Doug. Meeting them, it was really cool.
So we've done one top three.
We've done one top three.
We promised one at the top of the show.
We got to do that now. Let's do it now while Tom's. We'll start it while Tom's on his hiatus, whatever it is he's actually doing.
These were top three snack cakes, and this was just because. Just why not? Because we brought up the topic. And I guess I'll probably go first, right?
You go first.
Little Debbie's Suzy Q's.
Just 3, 2, 1.
Sure.
Okay. Well, I know what your one is, and that wasn't it, so I'm assuming it's 3, 2, 1.
So Suzy Q's. Suzy Q's is everything that is a devil dog, but better. It's moister. I know it's not a word that a lot of women like to hear, but it is definitely moister. Mm-hmm. And I think the ratio of chocolate cake to cream is better.
Fair enough.
So Suzy Q's are definitely straight up there. Right? That is Little Debbie, right? Suzy Q's?
Yeah, it is.
The aforementioned Ho-Hos will have to be number 2. The thing I like about Ho-Hos is they're bite-sized. Because you can shove one of those right in your damn face.
No, yeah.
And I just like the fact that there's a chocolate shell to it, so there's more mouthfeel than a lot of these. Number 1 to me those will always be Funny Bones. Chocolate and peanut butter in the ratios that they have it there, and the peanut butter is that they use. There's not a sweet peanut butter. They let the sweetness come from the chocolate. Suzy Q's we'll go back to Suzy. Funny Bones. Funny Bones. That's my number 1.
There you go. Fair enough. I'll give you mine. My number 3, Yodels,
which is exactly like a ho-ho.
Which is similar to a ho-ho.
Yeah. So for me,
it's a Suzy Q or a Devil Dog with a harder chocolate.
Well, the ho-hos and the Yodels are almost exactly the same thing.
Right.
They're a lot closer than a Suzy Q. Suzy Q's flatter. It's a lot closer to each other than a Suzy Q and Devil Dog.
Fair enough. But Yodels, and they were good because you could take a bite, chew it, and as you swallow, put the other one, and you're done. Yeah, it's not fun.
I still think they're bite-sized.
Yeah, they're pretty much. Oh, you could bet. You could just put them in. Yeah. Right. My number 2, Ring Dings. Basically the same fucking thing.
Yeah,
but
almost.
It's just a different shape. That's all it really is.
Oh, Ring Ding with the King Don big wheel.
Right.
That's the same thing. It's just a different company.
Different company, right. And my number 1, same as Dave, Funny Bones.
I'll have to give it an honorable mention in there because Tom's not back yet, so we might as well throw one in there.
Why not?
Did I just forget it? I think I just freaking forgot. Oh, Tasty Cakes, chocolate cupcakes.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh my God, they came in 3, and it was just the chocolate was layered across the top. And if you did not have a glass of milk, you would stop breathing. And Tasty Cake, I mean, we were talking mostly Drakes and Hostess here, but you take Tasty Cake because they also had the butterscotch crimpets. So there's 2 honorable mentions right there, John.
Okay.
They're chocolate cupcakes I liked better than the butterscotch crimpets, but the butterscotch crimpets those were special.
I'll give you my 2 honorable mentions. My honorable mentions are going to be the Tasty Cake. The Hostess fruit pies.
Oh, because they had that layer of
sugar icing kind of.
It was not even icing. It was just like someone melted some sugar.
Melted some sugar on top of it, right? Exactly.
Yeah, that's all it was.
So
but the thing is, those Tasty Cake pies. And the Boston Eclair, one.
Boston Eclairs. Oh my goodness.
That tasty cake, Boston Eclair. Oh my god, the Boston cream. I'm like, no.
Well, I think we might have an East Coast, West Coast different thing going on because brands that I have are different what you guys had.
Go for it.
Well, I know that you guys.
My other honorable mention is the same as Dave's other honorable mention is the butterscotch crumpets.
But I know that Little Debbie's is probably going to dominate your list there, Tom.
No, actually not.
No?
Back in my but back in my day, we never heard of Little Debbie's. They weren't available in the 70s.
Well, you mentioned Stuart earlier, and Stuart, when he was visiting you, discovered Little Debbie's.
Yes, but I mean that was 2000s.
Yeah, that was 2000s. All right, go ahead.
I'm talking about my childhood.
Oh my God, that far ago?
Yeah, I'm going way back. Go back.
Fargo?
The time when the pterodactyls ruled the skies?
Oh, yes, it was always before that.
He's like a year or two older than us. What are you talking about?
So I decided not to have beer 4 with you guys because I just couldn't drink any more beer. And decided to have cocktail number 2. So
I've never had a number 2 cocktail before.
There's a little wang in it.
We're talking about a lot of number 2 tonight.
It's a bit nutty.
It's all nutty.
And there's another movie, Hollywood Nights. It's just a little wang.
Anyways, I'm going to talk about the snack cakes, but I want to tell you what I'm drinking first. So I'm using the Kansas City West Bottoms whiskey. So this is a version of a Manhattan.
Whose bottom?
West Bottoms.
Oh, okay.
And
this is Di Serrano.
I'm using some Di Serrano in place of a sweet vermouth and almond bitters.
Wow, you're almost the hell out of this.
Yeah, really.
So we got a little bit of a nutty Manhattan going on here.
Oh, you're so nutty.
So you're having a nutty Manhattan and a number 2 cocktail.
So, anyways, what were we talking about?
Your snack cakes, your top 3
snack cakes. Did you guys get Suzy Q's back in your neck of the woods?
That was my number 3.
That was the number 3.
How about Zingers?
So Zingers is very similar.
Zingers was Hostess.
Zingers is similar to
Zingers was Hostess.
Those are crumpets, aren't they?
We didn't get crumpets here, so I don't know what you're talking.
You didn't get the taste of crumpets. I think Zingers like crumpets.
They're basically a cake with frosting on top.
Yeah, that's crumpets. Yeah.
So the butterscotch crumpets we mentioned earlier, the crumpets you're talking about might have jelly in them.
Yeah, sometimes had jelly. Some of them had cream in the middle. Some had jelly.
Yep, that's like the crumpets.
Mm. Mm-hmm. My neck of the woods, that was a zinger. But you were mentioning you're mentioning King Dongs. I think you meant to say Ding Dongs.
No, it's not. They became King Dons. They started off as big wheels. They became King Dons.
Oh, okay. So in my neck of the woods, we had Ding Dongs that were wrapped in foil.
Yes, and they're the same exact thing. I think it's just a different company.
And then, they were Hostess here in my neck of the woods.
And the King Dons, I believe, were Drake's.
Okay, so there were Ding Dongs from Hostess wrapped in foil, so tightly wrapped in foil that you had to eat some foil to actually get that. There was no you were getting all that foil off of that Ding Dong.
I have to mention another honorable mention there, John.
Well, of course you do.
Chocodiles.
Oh, they were good.
Chocodiles. We had Chocodiles.
Remember those?
Yeah.
That was a Twinkie enrobed in chocolate.
Yeah, we had those. Yeah, Chocodiles. They
reintroduced the Chocodile.
They were like the worst thing known to man.
Oh God, yes, and the most beautiful thing known to man. But they reintroduced the Chocodiles about five or 6 years ago, and they shrunk the whole thing, which completely ruined the ratios.
Small. It was very small, yeah.
It was very small compared
to kind of reliving the 70s. So do you remember every cereal in the 70s was sugar something, and now they had to remove the word sugar from everything?
Sugar Smacks.
Sugar Smacks. Yeah, Sugar Smacks.
Every cereal was sugar. No, so nothing can say the word sugar in it.
It was just Smack, right? Let's get a box of Smack.
No, it became
cereal, but you can't say the word.
No, you got to get that in the corner somewhere on
right. That's down on Main Street.
The word sugar somehow became a 4-letter word, even though there's 5 letters in it. Yeah, you can't say sugar.
Dunkin' Donuts became Dunkin'. They removed donuts from it because they didn't just want to be associated with donuts. There's so many things where you've seen that. Sugar Smacks became Honey Smacks.
Yeah, and then it just became Smacks.
And there's so many people that I want to smack.
I know, exactly.
Just based on my work day today.
So what are your top 3?
You
were talking to Tom.
I'm going to say Suzy Q's. I'm going to say
Zingers.
I'm going to say Zingers, and I'm going to say Ding Dongs.
Zingers and Ding Dongs.
Oh, Tom loves
Not necessarily that order, but it depends on my mood.
There you go. That's what it's all about, really, isn't it? Right.
It depends upon Tom's mood if he likes Ding Dongs or not.
All right.
The 2000s, we can be a little different.
This is true. This is very, very true. All right. Well, while we're on this whole top 3,
here we go.
I don't know that I can do this, John.
I can. Yeah, you can. You can do it. You can do it.
You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
You, my friend.
No, it just doesn't matter.
It just doesn't matter.
It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
Oh my God, we have
very underrated movie.
We have never done a Meatballs reference on this show.
We've never done a Meatballs.
I saw Meatballs in theaters. I'm that old.
I saw Meatballs in the theater too. So.
The winner of the what?
I think we all see. The 3 of us have seen Meatballs in the theater.
It just doesn't matter.
All right. Virgins to the left, non-virgins to the right.
All right.
Run, Rudy. Run, Rabbit. Run.
Hey, that was just clarify. That was a Bill Murray line for Meatballs. I didn't.
It was.
And the winner of the Guess the Meat contest goes to whoever some kind of beef.
Some kind of beef.
Some kind of roast, I think it says. Some kind of roast.
Some kind of beef. Yeah.
Beef, yeah.
All right. Underrated movie.
So totally underrated movie. All right. And of course, that's a summer movie, and we're talking holiday here. So we're going to do our
it doesn't matter.
Our actual main top 3 tonight is the real top 3, even though we've done 2
we have a real top 3. I am not going to be able to do this.
We can do this. We're going to start with Tom. It's top 3 favorite holiday beers, version 4. Top 3 version.
Okay,
it's version 2 for Tom. It's version 4 for Dave and I.
So what this means to our listeners is Tom can say whatever he wants. John and I are locked out of the top 3 that we've given over the past 3 years because it's never friggin' changed.
Exactly.
We're locked out of those top 3, so we're actually giving 4, 5, and 6 on the show.
Exactly.
So here's the thing. So typically, I would always list as number 1 a Sierra Nevada Celebration, because that is the ultimate holiday beer. It really is. There's no way to get around that.
Fair enough.
However, here's the however. The however is I work for a brewery now, and I don't buy beer much anymore. So why I've been drinking these vintage beers this evening is because I don't have anything new to offer. So I'm going to give you my top 3 that I enjoy, not necessarily the top 3 that you can. So I do have to mention a new favorite, and I didn't pop it tonight because I really wanted to. I thought about it.
Tom, I'm going to interrupt you for a second. For a change, I'm not going to go pee during John's top 3. I'm going to do it during yours.
There you go. All right.
But I will probably ask you after the fact.
We'll recite them back.
I am interested.
Dave, you're not going to hurt my feelings when a man has to pee. A man has to pee.
Gotta go when you gotta go. There you go.
Anyways, again, I hate to give that much wind up before the pitch, but so here's what I got. So my number one, even though it's going to seem a little self-serving since I work for the brewery, is God Almighty. I love this barley wine. It is the One Evolution barley wine that they actually introduced last year for the first time, and as it has aged, it has become even more incredible from Banter Brewing. But I don't want to, I don't want to be a commercial. So my others are, of course, I mean, if every year Sierra Nevada celebration, that is the beer. It really is. It's the beer to end all beers. However, I do want to mention these vintage brews that I've popped this evening. The Mother's Milk that has turned into Materfamilias. I do buy this new incarnation every year. Black Friday, Springfield Brewing Company will pop out their newest version of Zari Night, and I will be in line to do that. Why will I be in line to do that? The truth is because I'm not going to be in line to buy another macro product. I'm not going to stand in line at another liquor store to buy a macro product. I'm always going to buy local when possible. So, Zari Night. So my three obviously are the three you can get locally. For me, it's Zari Night. For me, it's Banter. For me, it's again, it's we got Mother's Materfamilias. So those are what I'm buying every year because those are what are local to me.
All right. Just so you're aware, and Dave, you're still muted, by the way. You have to unmute yourself.
No, I'm not.
There you go. Yeah, now you're not. There you are. Now you're not. Okay. Anyway, so your three are the One Evolution barley wine from Banter Brewing is your number one, and then you're also going to throw in there Mother's Materfamilia and Zari Night.
Yes.
All right. And you're replacing your number one, which is Sierra Nevada Celebration, with the One Evolution. Now,
yeah, well, mostly because everybody's going to mention Celebration. So
I got you. So your your top three from last year were Sierra Nevada Celebration was number one, Mother's Materfamilia was number two, and Zari Night was number three. All right.
So there wasn't a whole lot of change there, was there?
We were seeing a pattern here. So
we are creatures of habit, aren't we?
It's not creatures of habits. It's we like what we like, and year after year, you get people come in and try to unseat our favorites, and we will try them, and we will love them or hate them, and even if we love them, are they going to knock off what we've loved in the past?
Well, to be honest with you, the only reason Sierra Nevada wasn't number one is because everybody had already mentioned it. Sierra Nevada is the classic holiday beer. It just is.
So when you go to my top three in the past year, Celebration was not on it.
Nope.
Oh, really?
No. So we're talking my top threes. Number one has always been Christmas Bomb.
Prairie Christmas Bomb.
St. Bernardus
is number two.
Mm-hmm. Number three.
See if you get it.
Just lost what number three is.
So did everybody.
Damn. I don't remember.
I just gave you a hint.
Oh, crap.
Oh, Anchor.
There you go.
Anchor. So Anchor was number three. So we're going to talk about 4, 5, 6. So we're going to start at 6. Number 6 is on there for nostalgia reasons only. We talked about it before. It has fallen off through the years, but it's still near and dear to my heart. Do I get it every year? No, because it's a shadow of what it used to be. We talked about this brewery and how so many of their beers have fallen off where they were. But Harpoon's Winter Warmer, the first one I ever came across, was a beautiful, beautiful concoction. It's a shadow now, but it's still, I got to put it on the list.
I don't know if it's less. I don't know if you could say
it's less of a shadow of what all the others were compared to what they were.
It's the best. It's the least fallen off of.
Yes, it is. It's still the best of all the beers.
Although a lot of the smaller batch stuff that they still actually do up in South Boston in the Seaport, like the Harpoon Ale, and they I don't think they've brewed in a while, but their original beer that they brewed, the very first beer they brewed, which was not even distributed down here. The only time I've ever had it was up in Boston. It was still, the last time I had it, a fantastic beer. But go ahead.
Number 5. Bell's Holiday Ale.
Christmas Ale, yeah.
The Christmas Ale, that's just a gorgeous beer. Bell's, there's
the entire 12 ounces of it that I drank tonight was absolutely gorgeous. Yes,
absolutely enjoyable, right? Bell's, I've never had anything by Bell's that I've went, wow, that's off. They know what they're doing there. You're talking Northern Michigan. There's so many great breweries in Michigan, and they're one of the ones that don't.
Amazing tap room too in Kalamazoo. Comstock's the main brewery, but in Kalamazoo, the tap room, it's a gorgeous space. Go there. I've been. It's beautiful.
Need to get there. Speaking of Michigan breweries, I think the only one that I think is kind of underrated and unknown, especially where we are, is Shorts. There's so many great stuff out of it. So much great stuff because everyone knows founders.
There's great beer in Michigan.
Yeah, great beer in Michigan. But my number 4,
which is number 1 on the list tonight, but is number 4,
which is number 1 for me. But a lot of other people's number 1, and I think it's only because I do not consider an IPA a holiday beer, but the quality of the beer, Celebration. It's got to make the list eventually.
There you go.
Just because it is one of the greatest beers produced in this country. Frankly, I think this is a beer that could be a year-round beer. It doesn't need to be a holiday beer. But there's that whole thing we talked about earlier about, Rudolph and, Charlie Brown. The fact that you've got to wait for it.
Yep. Adds
to how special the beer is.
Now, I had one tonight, and I have to wait till 9 a.m. on Thursday morning to have my next one. So
that's killing John as it is.
That's self-imposed.
That's self-imposed. But then when he finishes these 2 cases, he's got to wait again until November.
Till November next year.
To get his next one.
Exactly.
And I think that adds to the hype and the specialness of this beer. But I think this beer is a good enough beer that if this was a year-round beer, it'd still be high on so many people's lists. It doesn't need to be a holiday beer. They made it a holiday beer. That's on them. I think they could sell so much of this beer if it wasn't a holiday beer. But let's.
I don't disagree. Dave. But I think the reason it sells so much is because it's a holiday beer. People
exactly.
You're ready for that thing to come out. You're going to buy a shitload of it because it only comes out.
They're going to sell a little bit more over the course of the entire year than they would just in the space.
Just a little bit more. So that's good.
I don't know. It's like Carly Simon, Anticipation. It's that song.
But that's exactly the point. If this was a year-round beer, I don't think they'd profit as much off of it.
No, because they'd have to.
No, I really don't.
There'd be more brewing involved, and it's just.
And I think this is and not as badly.
There's a reason Beer Disneyland is in Mills River. Okay, North Carolina.
And there is that case line I sent you.
There we go.
That's got every year of Celebration on it.
I you said it to me, and then I saw it myself. So
you saw it yourself. But Celebration is a very, very special beer. Would it be as special if it wasn't just a holiday beer?
Oops.
I still think it would be a great beer.
It would be a great beer. It wouldn't be as special because because of the allure, because of the.
This is the Westy 12 effect right here.
Exactly.
Is Westy 12 the best beer on the planet? Fuck no. St. Bernardus 12 is a better beer. But the fact that you have to go to the brewery and log your damn license plate to go get it.
I don't understand that. See, that's the other thing, too. Like, Westy 12 is friggin'
it's a phenomenal beer. Do not get me wrong. This is a great, great beer.
It is.
St. Bernardus
12. I actually do prefer St. Bernardus 12.
Absolutely.
No, and I don't. It's not like night and day. It's not like St. Bernardus 12 blows Westy 12 away.
No, not out of the water.
It's the same beer. It's the same recipe.
Almost. Yeah.
It's just about the same recipe, right?
And St. Bernardus 12, every now and then, if you know where to look, you can get it on draft, John.
Not even, if you know where to look, you know draft. But
that was one of the many. That's one of the many times John's give me the finger.
I know. More so than that, any day of the week, you could walk into almost any good package store and buy St. Bernardus 12.
And any great Belgian.
How often can you get Westie 12? Yeah.
Any great Belgian bar restaurant in New York sometimes will have.
Yeah, I know. Well, the next time you see it there, just call me as soon as you get there, and I'll get there. I'll get there by the time you're leaving, and at least I'll have one with you before you.
At least one, along with the moule frite.
That too, yeah.
Yes, moule.
All right, my three.
Your three.
My top three. Oh,
as I pour myself some bourbon, I told you it was dangerous to fucking have this here. We just lost Tom.
We lost Tom. Where do we go? He'll come back on. Yep. All right. My top three that I normally
this is still hot. I poured too much of this.
There you go. Well, is it a clean glass? Pour it back in the bottle.
Yeah, I'm pouring it right back in the
bottle. What should we call it? My top three that I've done 3 years in a row.
And I poured some of it all over my pajamas. So
there you go.
Yeah, you see this, but down here's pajamas. There he is.
We lost
Welcome back.
We had some technical difficulties for a second about that.
Right.
Is it technical difficulties or you're drunk?
Yes. Let's just say technical difficulties.
Yeah. All right. So on that note, my top threes. My normal top three is my number 3 is Sierra Nevada Celebration.
I'm surprised that's not your number 1. By the way,
it's
number 1
because I drink so much of it. I drink so little of the other 2.
There you go.
Okay,
very nice.
It's my global. I drink the most of it of the holiday beers, but it's my number 3 on the list. My number 2, St. Bernardus. Okay, and my number 1, and I'm saddened to say that in addition to Anchor, I'm probably not going to see any of it this year. Because I've looked for the last couple of weeks and haven't found any, and I don't know if it's going to get distributed to Jersey or not. My number 1 is Avery Old Jubilation.
Oh, I forgot about that one. You're right. Yeah,
that's my number 1. So those are my usual.
Yeah,
those are my usuals. My number 3.
I will take a trip out to Boonton sometime soon because if anybody has it in this state, it'll be them.
If it's there, get it. I'll give you the money. But my 4, 5, and 6, as Dave said. But my top 3 this year, is
Tom, you'll be very happy that right now I am actually wiping off bourbon from my pajamas. So
his pajamas were thirsty. There you go. So.
They're actually Mandalorian PJs.
There you go.
I just remember the first video I did with you guys. I had to go to work at 9 o'clock the next morning,
and you didn't.
It was about.
No, he did. I did. I'm the one that didn't go to work. He goes to work.
I had a bright-eyed smile. I welcomed my coworkers. My supervisor went down to my basement where I worked,
and messages me.
And I said, "Dave, today really hurts."
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
Exactly. So my 4, 5, and 6. All right, I'll give you my 6 first. My 6, honestly, Old Fezziwig.
Old Fezziwig, yes, I don't doubt.
I know you love that beer. I do.
That's a great beer. It really
not
is.
as much as you.
That's my number 6, Old Fezziwig.
A question for you before you move to 5. Mm-hmm. Is it because it's that good and so much better than everything else, or because it was just not as easy to come by as everything?
A little of both. It's definitely a little of both.
Fair enough.
It's definitely a little of both. It is very good. Old ales are one of my favorite styles, which is why Avery Old Jubilation is my number 1.
Duh.
All right. But it's also a little bit of the allure, right? So, but that's my number 6. My number 5, Corson Donk Christmas. That's my number 5.
I think I had one of those tonight.
You did. You did.
That was a damn good.
Which is
not a bad choice.
Oddly enough, you had my number 5. I had your number 5 tonight.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. And then before I give you my number 1, I'll give you an honorable mention really quick.
Or the number 4.
No, before I give my number 4, yeah, I'll give you an honorable mention really quick. What I'm drinking right now, Niche Shoot. That's my.
And that would have been one of my not honorable mentions.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I agree.
So
Shoof, those guys do some really, really good beer.
Yeah, I mean, Le Shoof. It's just it's a Belgian blonde. It's amazing. It's one of the.
It really is. Yeah.
Actually, my favorite Shoof McShoof.
McShoof's fantastic too.
Yeah, I kind of disagree.
Houblon's pretty decent, but
Yeah, Houblon Shoof's fine.
probably the last of it's the least of
the four. I remember
everything they have is incredible, though.
Well, there's Cherry Shoof too.
I don't think I've had Cherry Shoof.
I had. That's good.
I was at a beer festival once. I was VIP, and I'm back in the VIP tent. And they've got breweries in the VIP tent that are in the rest. It was actually an Oktoberfest party. The best part was free pretzels all night. That's the best. Oh, and no, that's the second best. The best part is the VIP area had their own bathrooms.
Very nice, very nice.
And that's special right there.
Free pretzels and beer. That was a good fest, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I went up to this one booth to get some beer from a brewery that's not available outside. And I look, and in the chiller, because they weren't supposed to be there, all I can see is the top of the cap. And I look, that's McShoof. And the guy...
It's little gnomes on the top of the cap.
But the McShoof's a little different because it's got the tartan on it, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Right, it's got the tartan pattern on it. And look, holy shit, you got McShoof.
By the way, there's gnomes all over here. Like there's a gnome.
All these gnomes. Well, that would be a Jess thing. She loves her gnomes.
Right there.
Yeah, that's a Jess thing. So what I said to him, I said, "That's McShoof you had there." He goes, "You got that from the bottle cap?" I'm like, "Well, duh." He goes, "Yeah, okay, I'm opening it now. You're getting some of this."
There you go.
But Shoof makes them. I'm
gonna give all three of us that honorable mention. All right, the niche Shoof is gonna be all of our honorable mentions tonight. How's that? There you go. And then my number one or number four, as it were, in this case, is I did see it the other day as I was walking out of a liquor store, and I had too much in my hands. I didn't have a cart, couldn't grab it. I'm going back. I'm going to get a 4-pack of it because I haven't had it in a couple of years. Actually, I haven't in a few years, but it's definitely my number 4. Scaldis Noel.
I haven't had that in a while. That's a great beer.
Scaldis Noel's fantastic. Such a good beer.
That's a good one.
My second favorite Scaldis beer. Scaldis Prestige is my number 1.
I'm not sure I've had Prestige.
Prestige is fantastic, but no, Scaldis Noel. It's a winter warmer. It's a winter ale, but it's so good.
So, Tom, you'd be very happy to know that my PJs right now, the left leg is soaked in a local distillery's bourbon.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
I got a little bit in
I'm all
here.
about local, guys. Drink as local as possible.
Well, the reason I poured some of it back is
whiskey or wine. Drink local.
All right.
The reason I got some of it on my PJs is pouring it back in the bottle because it's still quite hot.
There you go.
I want you to squeeze those PJs into your mouth. Just bring them out.
Not on camera.
No. I don't want him to take his PJs off on camera.
No, you don't want to do them on camera.
That's the podcast on Thursday night.
We'll get letters. Some good, most bad.
No, most bad.
Anyway,
I said some good, most bad. That's what I said. You said it backwards. You said the same as the thing I said.
I put the most bad first. That's what I did.
Well, most bad is probably first. Yeah.
Anyway, okay. All right. So really quick, we'll talk obviously after the show. We'll finish up the show, but just to ask you, there's 3 games on Thursday. We're all football fans here. 2 of us are Giant fans. Mm-hmm. 1 of us is a Rams fan.
Mm-hmm.
They all suck. So we're looking at other teams right now.
Yeah.
Which we call actually Rams suck less than the Giants, but they still suck. So.
Very few teams suck more than the Giants. But
we have a Lions Packers game for the first game. On Thursday. We have a Cowboys Commanders.
No, Buccaneers.
No.
Oh, Commanders.
Cowboys Commanders game on Thursday.
Oh, that's gonna be a slaughter.
Okay. And then we have a 49ers Seahawks game on Thursday night. All right. Exactly. And Doug just wrote in, "Go Patriots." You know what? I'm a Giant fan. I want Caleb Williams. Go Patriots.
Go Patriots. Yeah. So Lions over Packers, Cowboys over Commanders, 49ers or Seahawks. If anything other than that happens, it's going to be a massive surprise.
It's going to be totally surprised. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom, you feel the same way?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I've been a Rams fan because I grew up out there, so I'm used to a team going 4-12 every year. So the fact that we won a Super Bowl 2 years ago and all of a sudden can't do shit since,
Well,
I'm kind of used to that nonsense.
well,
But
because
if you're asking me about these particular games on Thanksgiving, I'm going to tell you that I don't care.
that's I kind of agree with that too.
I don't care. I
And-
don't give a rat's ass. I don't care if the Detroit wins or Detroit loses. I don't care if the Giants win or the Giants lose. I just know my team is going to lose every chance they get because that's what we do.
But you know why the Rams, when they last won the Super Bowl, they had a player on the team who played the game with a broken leg.
Yeah.
And the reason he played the game is he claimed that, well, there wasn't a bone sticking out or anything, so I figured it was okay.
Right.
Because he was a maniac.
Exactly.
And he was one of the greatest linebackers to play the game. Loved him.
I'm not gonna put this on the regular on the actual show. I'll just pull it up on my phone. This picture is for this weekend, based on what I want in the draft. This picture is for Doug and John too, but this picture is for Doug.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, at Gillette. There you go. Right there.
See, you're in the wrong place there. You should be up on the level where the brewery and the restaurants are.
I took a picture there. You know what? I got that. That's fine.
You got
You want to see that too? Yeah, but
no, I don't want to see that. I'm tired of your selfies right now.
No, it's hold on. I got that too. That's here. But it had Jess in the picture, and as a Jets fan, she was putting her thumb down. There you go.
Oh wow, Jess's tongue is out.
Look at you.
There's something new, or not.
No more dick pics.
No. Oh, you want to see them and them? Hold on. No.
No, we
Anyway,
we kind of don't. We don't have zoom lenses.
No, wait. No, I was just going to pull up a picture of Brian or Matt and dick pic. You know, man.
Yeah. Which Brian, which Matt? There's a.
Well, I'll leave that to everybody's imagination. There you go. So, all right.
Matt is his partner,
Mm-hmm.
or is he?
Oh no,
is the Matt you're talking about your partner?
Well, no, I was just saying it for our producers extraordinary.
Oh,
and Matt,
producers. Yeah. Where are you now?
anyway.
Right.
Where are they now?
All right.
Know.
We are 2 hours and 41 minutes into the show, so we're going to wrap it up. Listen,
some of us have to work tomorrow.
Always run longer when I'm in it. Is it just me?
No.
Yeah, no, I'm blaming it on him.
Yeah, no, it is.
I'm blaming it. I'm blaming it.
It is.
I'm not blaming all the beer and
But
drink.
put this up right now. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. There's the turkey.
Happy
Happy
Turkey Day.
Happy Turkey Day. Happy
Eat
Thanksgiving.
more than you can
Enjoy
possibly
tomorrow. Enjoy all your prep and your beer drinking, everything you're going to do tomorrow.
Enjoy tomorrow.
Enjoy
Because
amateur night, if that is your thing, enjoy it.
Because Thursday you're going to hate yourself. Friday you're going to hate yourself more.
And enjoy Thanksgiving. Enjoy everything. And if you're in the Central Jersey area, and Dave and I both know, yes, there is indeed a Central Jersey. But if you're in the area, on
alternate ending.
Stop at alternate
on
ending
on
Friday
around noonish, 1 o'clock,
noon to 4, somewhere in that area. Matt and I will be there. Dave will be there. Will be a few people. Al's going to be there. Coastal.
There'll be some beer.
Coastal and Alt Ending did a collab, and we're releasing on Friday beer from the Black Lagoon.
What's the style, John?
Oh, very nice.
It is a black IPA, or a Cascadian Dark Ale, if you will,
or a black ale,
or a black ale. Whatever
It's called an India Dark. It's an India Dark.
It's an India Dark. There you go.
But the fact
there are actually Cascade hops in this too. So there you go.
Oh, they're actually.
Oh yeah.
Where the hell did you get Cascade hops?
We have our ways. We have our ways.
It's an India Dark.
Yeah.
And if you miss us there,
it's an IPA. It's an idea. India Dark.
Doug Smith just said India Dark Ale. There you go. Absolutely.
There you go. And if you miss us there, we may make a showing at Carton Brewing later in the day.
We will be there later on, 5 o'clock ish in that area or whatever. We will be there for. Say it with me, Dave. 3, 2, 1. Epitome. There you go.
So when you talk about your dark ales, your Cascadian blacks, your black IPAs, whatever you want to call the damn thing,
it's a blackout Friday. We're having a blackout Friday. We're gonna
the greatest, and no offense to John or anybody else, but the greatest black ale, black hoppy ale that's out there is Epitome by.
And while I tend to agree with you, pause on that statement until you try beer from Black Lagoon on Friday. All right?
We'll give it a try. Don't be upset if I say close.
I won't be upset at all.
No cigar.
No, I will be happy if you say close. All right.
Because if you can get close to Carton's Epitome, you've done something damn special. Because no one has nailed that style the way Carton has. We've got to get some of that to Tom.
Yeah, we got it. You know what? Let's talk while we're together on Friday. Let's talk about what we're going to put in a care package and send.
Yeah,
out.
we need to
okay.
Because Tom needs some care.
He does.
I do.
We need to get some stuff out to him.
I do. I've had a rough time.
All right. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. We'll talk after we wrap up the show.
I live here. I'm not going.
I know.
You're talking to Tom. He lives there too. He's not going anywhere.
Stay on the screen.
Oh, you mean online?
There you go.
Oh, I'm here.
There you go. So anyway, on that note, we will wrap up the show for today. We want to thank everybody for watching. For those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Don't forget to visit our website, www.lagerroom.com. That's LAGERROOM.com. And please remember, like us and follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, our YouTube channel. All of them are at The Lager Room. Remember, we go live with a video podcast on both Facebook, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, which is now X, and Twitch, every Tuesday night around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
I Twitch.
And for those of you who just want to listen to the audio podcast, you can do so on our audio host, Spreaker, as well as iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Odyssey, Audible, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcasts, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, CastBox, Deezer, Podchaser, Listen Notes. Pretty much anywhere you can find an audio podcast, you will find the Lager Room Guys Craft Beer Podcast. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe.
Hank's podcast service.
There you go. Yeah. Joe's Discount Podcast. There you go. Anyway, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one or more of those feeds. So you will never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful, happy,
we need to mention one more thing.
What's that?
We will do. When are we doing the holiday cocktail show with Tom?
We need to pick a date. We will post that on the Lager Room Guys page. Let's not bore people with calendar lookings right now on the show.
But we'll Tom has what it's called, the pub with the beer whisperer.
Pub with the beer whisperer and the whiskey whisperer, and which within the next month is going to become, audio podcast wise, is going to become part of the Lager Room Podcast Network.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yes, Tom is part of the family.
Okay, so
which means we can't have sex with him now because that'd be incest.
That's a bad thing. You want to do that, right? So that's going to become part of the Lager Room Podcast family. The audio up on all of those platforms. But in any event, we'll post on the Lager Room Guys Facebook page and Instagram when that live show is going to be, which is going to be very soon, like within the next
very soon
week. It's going to be soon.
I'm massing my ingredients now, Tom.
And I just by the way, I just bought.
What are you doing tonight?
I just bought 5 new bitters.
Oh my God, let's do this.
Which you have, so I'm ready to go. So I have my cocktails together and ready for that show.
All right,
we'll post that on the Facebook page and the Instagram page and the Twitter page, or X, excuse me.
All right,
post it all. But have a wonderful, happy, and healthy, and safe. Have a safe amateur night tomorrow night if that's your thing, right?
Please be safe out there because
But have a wonderful, happy, and healthy, and enjoyable. Enjoy the hell out of Thursday.
Oh yeah, enjoy the shit that comes out of a Thanksgiving dinner.
Enjoy Thanksgiving. Enjoy it. And like I said, if you are anywhere in the area, stop by and see us at Alt Endings in Aberdeen, New Jersey, on Route 34 from like 12 to 6.
Tom, jump on a plane, get there.
I'm talking to everybody that's listening.
I'm on my way.
Right. And then, of course, 5 o'clock on at Carton. But in any event, have a great week. Have a great Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful weekend. Drink a lot of beer, but drink responsibly, folks. And we will talk to you soon. Take care.
Come drink with us on Friday.
Come drink with us on Friday. Take care. Cheers.
And cut.
I got bourbon in this. Damn it! What happened?
It happens. Cheers, folks. Happy Thanksgiving.
Gobble gobble.
They found him face down in his waffles, maple syrup dripping from his fake rub. Who did he see when he heard who was there? Now it seems that he shit out of luck. This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy's eating corned beef in the back of a Ford Pinto.